like to sing? Do you sing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I sing in
no.
the shower.
That's
pretty much
That's
my...
it. I know. So, no. I like to think that I can, but...
I think that would be cool, though, if you could sing and could sing in front of people.
I think that'd be nice, yeah. Even just playing like an instrument would be...
Did you ever play anything?
I did the violin for...
You did the violin in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did it for, I think, like 10 years, and I don't know. I was going to keep going after high school, but it just wasn't...
Fell out of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's fun. I recently started, like, I opened my closet and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I should start doing it. And then I broke all the strings, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it hard to restring a violin?
I don't think so. I just don't remember anything, so yeah. I need to remember how to play all the notes and stuff, so.
I wonder if after doing it for so long, you'd probably still be able to pick it back up like nothing.
I don't know. It was pretty hard. I was looking at the music sheets and I was like, what? This is like some foreign language.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so.
I used to take guitar lessons a long time ago. And I periodically over the years, I'll pick it back up and play for a few seconds. And be like, I don't remember anything. Okay,
Yeah,
that's not
hard.
ideal.
We should just make a band.
We should make a band.
Yeah. Do you still play?
No. I wanted to get back into piano. I took piano lessons in college for a little while. My last semester in New York, my only semester in New York, I took a piano class, which was pretty cool. I still have the key to the music room as my souvenir. They were like, you have to give that back. And I was like, okay. And then COVID happened. And I was like, I'm keeping this now.
Yes. I think piano would be so much fun to learn. It's hard, though. I took a piano class in school, too, and it was hard to learn. I could not. But
it takes fun. A lot of... I feel any instrument takes a lot of focus. Like, you actually have to dedicate time to practicing.
I think so, yeah.
I don't have that kind of time anymore. I've got too much going on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on in life, and
how's everything going? It's been a minute. We haven't seen each other since the wedding.
I know.
I was thinking that when Kaz and Dustin came on, I was like, it's been a minute already, guys.
Just working. Just doing life. Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Just life. I do this. I work and I work out. Those are my three. Those are the only three staples. I don't have any time for anything else anymore.
Yeah.
Adult life. Who would have thought?
Like working all the time. It's kind of sad. So.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. That for a lot of people, that's all it is. Is you're just working and then you get to the weekend and you're like, okay, I've got some downtime.
Yeah.
And then Monday comes and you're back at work and you're like, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just I like having my freedom. I like being able to just like spontaneously go on trips and leave, but
that's what I'm worried about right now. I'm thinking about getting a place somewhere around here. And I'm scared of being locked into a lease. Like if I wanted to pick up tomorrow and just move to another state, the thought of somebody saying, no, you still have 8 months left on your lease.
Yeah, that's hard. That's kind of what happened with us. And I was like, but I think after a certain time, I mean, you can find like month-to-month places. It's just so ridiculously expensive around here.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's like most of your paycheck just goes to your place, and it sucks because you don't have any money to do anything else.
And it's a vicious cycle because you work so hard and then half of your paycheck goes to rent and then a quarter goes to food and then you have a quarter left over.
Yeah.
And you ask yourself, what can I do with a quarter of my pay? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, you don't have time to live. You don't have time to have fun. It sucks.
That's what freaks me out, is getting stuck in that cycle. And then you buy something, you buy a house or you buy a car or you buy a boat or you buy whatever, and then you have to keep working because you have to be able to afford that. And then you buy something else or you have a kid and then you have to work to afford that. That scares me. I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
It is scary. I know. I've been really wanting to buy a house and stuff, but
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Are you guys thinking of staying around here?
I don't know.
You guys were thinking Texas for a minute, right?
I really want to move to Texas, but I don't know. I want to just up and move somewhere. I don't know anybody. Start over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's something.
It just sounds fun.
Yeah, right?
But it's hard too, because then it's like moving all your things. And it's like once you like have settled into a place, it's like you realize you have so much, and then it's just so expensive to move. And like you've moved a million times.
I know.
So.
I fucked up though, because starting this, I really like where this space is right now. And this is the only thing now that's keeping me here. So I kind of fucked up because now I have which I didn't want for so long. I didn't want anything anchoring me to a spot. And now I have this, which is hard. That's the only thing kind of keeping me around here right now. Is the idea of I don't want to have to move the studio yet.
Well, you could always do a little on the go.
I know. I thought about buying a van and just doing like a little mobile setup. And having that be like living out of half of it or trying to live out of half of it and then having the other half be like the podcast studio.
How much fun. Ugh.
That would be crazy.
My dream is to like buy a little camper or a little van and just go. Just travel. And just explore the places.
The problem is money.
It is.
That's
yeah.
the problem.
It's like, how do you make money doing that? It's like you see all these people like on TikTok and whatever doing all this stuff, but it's like they're making money being influencers or whatever. It's like
that is such a crazy thing. I still don't really understand it, especially with TikTok, because that's not my world at all.
I don't know anything about it. I just watch the videos. I don't know how to make them. I don't know anything. Yeah.
You could be a TikTok influencer.
Could.
Then you guys could just travel and make TikToks.
I know. I feel like there's so much of that going on though. But
people are making
I know, and that's what makes
money.
me like, I've heard that they're not, because so many people were doing it, that they're not
making as much.
They're not paying anymore. I guess they're only paying if you do lives.
It's probably like YouTube. How YouTube was in the beginning, where if you hit it at the right time, you could just blow up and make a ton of money. And now the market's kind of saturated.
I think so. Yeah, because it was so crazy, like when COVID first started, and then it just blew up. And
it seems like that was the wave with streaming too, and podcasts. I think too. You just because people were at home. What else did you have to do except consume content online?
We definitely tried doing that for a second.
I saw that video you guys made.
Yeah, that was.
Man,
that recently came up.
It was a makeup tutorial thing.
Yes, it was so funny. We recently watched it again. I think
I forgot
the other night.
about that.
Oh my god, so embarrassing.
Is that still up on YouTube? Oh, I'm definitely plugging that video.
I'm sure it is. Ugh.
Did you guys make any more?
No.
Oh damn.
No, I think we recorded a bunch of them, and then just the editing was too much for us. So
preaching to the choir.
Yeah. I
kind of want to, and I wanted to reach out to you guys about this. I think we should make like skits. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah. Weren't we talking? Remember when COVID like first started and we were going and playing frisbee all the time?
Park, yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about that for like a brief second.
I think we should do that. How much
fun would that be?
I think we should do that.
I think so too.
We could shoot just around town and just come up with funny ideas. Like 5-10 minute videos.
Yeah. Like, that's the stuff people love to see. I think we should do it.
I think we could do it.
So much
We're
fun.
pretty funny.
I think so.
Sometimes.
All the time. I think so.
Yeah, I think we could do it.
I think so.
We should try that. We really should try that.
I'm down.
Get everybody on board. I think we could do it. We have all the equipment. I've got a ton of shit. Brain's got a ton of shit.
Yeah. We can do it.
We could definitely film it. Well, now it's out in the ether, so now I feel like
now we have to
to try. I think
people are going to
so
be
much
expecting
fun. I feel like that's where I'm at with my life right now. Is I just want to try a bunch of things and see what sticks. Because I do not want to work a desk job.
I don't either.
That scares me.
Me too. I started this new job at the vet, and I love it. It's so much fun, but it's like, I don't know. I just can't. It's just so like I feel so trapped. Like, I just
is it kind of just monotonous?
I mean, yeah. And it's like, I love it because it's like I get to be around animals, which is what I want to do. I want to work with animals. But I don't know, just working in an office. And I thought about like a vet for half a second, and then I started working there, and I was like, oh my God, these people spend all their day here, every day. I'm like, I don't think I could do that. I couldn't do that. I'm already freaking out just being there 5 days a week. Mm-mm.
That's a lot.
So, yeah.
Do you like it better than working at the mall?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. The atmosphere is different.
Less toxic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Way more mature. I love it. And even if you get annoyed with your coworkers, you have all these cute little animals coming in.
That's gotta be a good plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you could just turn to the animals and be like, okay, we're ignoring my
Yeah,
coworkers
yeah.
today and just talking to the animals.
Yeah. So that's fun. But yeah, I'm with you on just, I want to try new things and
Not be tied down. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do for the vet?
I'm just a receptionist. I mean,
Okay.
so we answer phones and whatnot, and then we also like check the patients in, and we room them and temperature and ask them all the questions and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you still thinking about going back to school?
I don't know.
It's kind of weird with COVID and everything.
It is, but I don't know. I feel like I keep saying that I just don't want to because it's all online and whatnot, but I don't really see myself doing anything with school. It's just like the same thing. What is it going to get me? An office job? Or I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Because then I see like all these people graduating like every year, and I'm like, oh, they're doing something with their life. But then I'm like, I don't know. Like some people don't do anything with their degree, so it's like.
Case in point. My
wasn't
degree, yeah, right.
Okay.
My degree does not line up with doing a podcast or anything that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I went and did it almost more to prove something, less for myself.
Was it more for like your parents or?
Yeah, I think it was definitely for my parents. That was a part of it because they didn't have that opportunity in it. So I feel like it meant more to them, and they're from a different generation, you know. They didn't have the internet. So going to school was a way to progress in life.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's true with us anymore.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Like my dad always said, like, just pick something and then something you're going to make a lot of money in, which, yes, but also.
Scary.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to just do something just because it's going to get me money. Like, yes, money is a big component in life, but it's also like, I want to be able to be happy and live my life, you know? So.
Yeah, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and making $100,000 a year seems good, but that's 8 hours of your life.
Yeah.
Every day that you're miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something that you love doing and you want to go to school because you want to be a doctor or be an engineer or a vet. Then it makes sense because you have this path and you know you want to do that. But if you don't know what you want to do and you don't want to be tied to something, I think it's kind of a trap. It
is. And then for people that don't get like scholarships and all these things, that's
and you're taking
so
out
much
loans.
money. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. It's not something I wanted to do. So I don't know. I'm still like going back and forth. There's so many things that I want to do. I feel like they're all like different lifestyles. Like, you know, I like working with animals, but it's like I've always loved children. So I don't know.
What would you do with children? Like a daycare?
Maybe. I think growing up, I always pictured myself being like a kindergarten teacher.
That would be cool.
I think so, but then I think about all the responsibility and I'm
like,
of
teaching kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking like a daycare. Because, I don't know. So
daycare
much
would
fun.
be cool. Yeah. My mom did a daycare for a little while and really liked it. Or a long time while I was growing up.
Yeah, right before she started working at the school, right?
Yeah. She did a daycare, I want to say for at least a decade. At least. That sounds reasonable. For a long time when I was growing up, we always had kids at the house.
I like vaguely remember that, yeah. That's the thing too. It's like, if I want to do that, where would I do that? So
I think you can just. I know you have to get certified.
I think
to have the kids, but I don't think it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I'd imagine for it to be a legitimate business, you would definitely have to get certified, I think. Yeah.
I know you can make a good living doing that, though.
Yeah, I mean.
But then you're definitely tied to something.
Yeah.
You've got all these kids running around.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm always like paranoid, like, oh my God, you always hear these like horror stories and things.
We had this one girl, and I remember this vividly because it's stuck with me all these years. I think she had just eaten mac and cheese, and we're all in the living room. We're watching a movie. I think it's around Christmas, like maybe winter break. And all of a sudden, she just says, "Uh-oh," and throws up and starts projectile vomiting a straight stream. And my mom yells at her to run to the bathroom, you know? And so she just starts running through the house, projectile vomiting. It was the craziest thing because it was just a continuous stream all the way from the living room to the bathroom. And then she got to the bathroom and she stopped and she was good.
Of course.
And it was there was just a trail going through the house, and I remember thinking, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
It was out of a cartoon. It was the craziest thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
don't want to clean that up.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with that. I don't remember. I think I helped clean it up for sure, but I probably blocked that part out. But that happens. That's part of being a daycare person.
Exactly. I just think there's just so much fun. They're so creative and so funny. They just say whatever they want to say, and
no filter. No filter.
I love that. It's so much fun.
I wonder how it is now with kids, because you hear a lot of horror stories of kids that are just off the rails.
Yeah.
And are just like on their phones, just cracked out.
I don't like that. I don't like when parents give their kids like tablets and phones.
It feels a little weird.
It does. Like my parents do it with Brenly, and I'm just like,
plop her in front of the TV.
Yeah. And like her own little tablet, and I'm like, it's just rotting her little brain. Oh, I don't like it. I feel like they don't use their imagination as much. So
I was trying to think about when the last time I was genuinely bored the other day. Because we always have our phone now. So every time you start getting bored or you're in like an office room waiting, you just pull out your phone.
On your phone,
and then you're on your phone for 20 minutes.
It's so sad. I catch myself like I'll get home from work or whatever, and I sit in bed or on the couch, and I'm just like my hands need something to do.
Just swipe.
Yeah,
just start
swiping. I'm not even looking at what I'm doing. I'm just swiping. Like with the TV on, I'm probably watching the TV, not my phone. It's like, that's so sad that my body is like calling for that.
I think it's just a stimulation thing, because I'll have the TV on and just start scrolling on my phone too, just to have the background noise while I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
We're just so stimulated.
I think
and
so.
That can be good. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but I don't feel like it's good.
I don't think so either. That's the thing too. And I'm like, that's why, I don't know, working in an office job, you're always staring at a screen. It's like, I don't want to do that.
I worry about this because for most of my day after work, I'm hunched over this thing, just editing video or audio, which is cool in a sense because I get this part of it. So this part makes up for the editing part. But if that was my job, just writing code or being hunched over a computer, entering stuff all day, that would get
You're locked up in a room all day.
Fast.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That freaks me out.
Yeah.
But it's hard figuring out what to do instead. Like, I don't enjoy the idea of being locked into one job for the rest of your life.
Right.
I want to try a bunch of different things.
Yeah, that's what, it's like you talk about everyone at school. I was always so envious of people
that had it all figured out.
Yeah, like, I'm going to do this and go to this school and I want to be this. And they did it. That's great.
Then we're over here.
I'm like, how do you make that decision so young? Just know, I'm so indecisive. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do like in an hour. I don't know.
I don't want to, I don't know day by day. I try to figure it out. Where do I want to go? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to move? Do I want to keep working for what I'm working at? How do you figure that out? And that's where social media really sucks, is because you see the highlights of everybody else and you can get pulled into that trap. Of, oh man, they're crushing it.
They're doing it, but it doesn't show you all the downsides of it.
Oh yeah. Nobody's posting them crying at 3 a.m. because they feel like they don't have anything figured out.
Yeah. But then, see, then if they do, it's like, oh my God, they're being so dramatic.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, nobody wants to see this.
Yep.
And that's so sad. But, I mean, it's true. But I think you should do that van thing. That would be cool.
I think that would be so much fun.
Would you just like travel around and?
Yeah, well, I thought about moving to Montana or Utah and trying to get a job as like a hunting guide or working on a hunting team. I wouldn't be able to be a guide because you have to get certified for that. I think you have to train under somebody for a little while, but I could help set up camp or help skin or do whatever. And I thought that would just be
That sounds like
fun. Yeah, just as something to do for 6 months or 2 seasons or whatever, you know?
That would be fun.
That's what I thought. But I'm still here. I don't know. I have nothing figured out in life. I'm just trying to take it day by day and see. But that worries me too, because I feel like that's also a trap. You can overthink things and then not do anything.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it gets really dicey.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm doing too. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like half of me is like, okay, I need to get my life together, start saving, do all this stuff. But then it's like, I want to have fun. I want to do all these things. So it's like, what do you, I don't know. Like,
one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, like you should set up your life for the future. But it's also like, you're going to waste all your good years away. So.
That's how I feel. I really like, I don't know if you remember Haley Lamb. She's awesome. I really like her. And I admire her because she is so dedicated to attaining financial freedom at a young age that she's like, she's working her ass off. And she came on the podcast and was talking about how she only eats 1 meal a day. One meal a day to save money. And I was sitting here thinking, I would not be able to do that. I'm not that committed. What would I be committed enough to only have 1 meal a day? I couldn't think of anything. I enjoy my 3 meals a day. I'm eating like 5 meals a day right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I could not go down to 1.
Yeah.
But that's how passionate she is about that.
I mean, yeah.
But then what are you giving up? Like you said, she's not out partying or hanging out with friends on the weekend. And she talked about it a little bit. It's a trade-off. You're sacrificing the time you currently have to have a better future. But what if you don't see that future? What if you die tomorrow?
Exactly. So it's like your life is just basically wasted away. Yes, you have a ton of money, but that's not going to get you anywhere when
you're banking on you living, which in general is a pretty good bet. Most people aren't dying in their 20s.
They don't want to.
Yeah, but it could happen.
Yeah.
I feel like I struggle walking that line. I'll have some weeks where I'm doing really good, saving, planning for the future, and then the next week I'm burning the candle at both ends. Just going buck wild.
Yeah. Multiple mental breakdowns. Just, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah,
what am
right?
I supposed to be doing?
I don't know. It's just hard because everybody has a different path they have to walk. And you have to figure out where you want to be and who you want to be.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell you that. I've tried having these conversations with my parents, and they're good because they have life experience. But their life experience is completely different from my life experience.
Yeah.
And from where I'm going to go in my life.
Yeah. Because they're from a different generation. It's
yeah.
like with my parents. It's like my dad was saying, just
pick a job.
Yeah. It's going to get you money. It's like, I don't want to do that. It's not going to bring me joy. I'm going to be miserable working this job. You
say that, joy, and parents just roll their eyes. It's not about being happy. It's about working.
Being successful.
Yeah.
It's like they don't get it that nowadays there's different ways of being successful. Yeah. I was kind of surprised because my little brother Manson was really into gaming a while ago, and my dad was like, well, give you all this money so that you can set up a YouTube and do all this stuff and do that if you want. I mean, I don't think he ended up doing that, but it's like I feel like, oh, you're kind of getting it. Like, that's cool. YouTube stuff for you or for Manson? Well, for Manson. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, he wants to go the YouTube route. I don't think so. Oh. I think my dad was just kind of like saying that, so I don't know. But well, that's cool. It's kind of like he was, understands it a little bit. Yeah, and I was like, oh, Okay. He never said that to us, so
Yeah.
that's cool. But yeah.
When I started this, I don't think my parents, they definitely didn't get what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But they were pretty supportive from the jump.
Good.
Like, okay, you want to do this? Yeah. How are you going to make money off of it? And I said, I don't think I'm going to make any money for a few years. And they're like, and you're still going to do it? Yeah, we'll figure it out. But then they, like my dad and sister came on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were, I think my sister was the first one and my dad was the second one.
Aw.
And then I did my sister again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your mom?
I have not done my mom yet. But yeah, I mean, they're supportive in their own way. I don't think they get it, but they get that it's something I have to do in a weird way, which I feel like is half the battle.
Mm-hmm. That's nice, though.
Yeah. How old is Manson now?
He is about to come out of high school.
So he's at the age where it's starting to get a little real for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he want to do?
I don't entirely know. I know he was talking about being an accountant for a little while.
Okay.
Not my path.
All right.
That's fine.
If he enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Can't
know.
knock it.
Yeah. That's what he wants to do. That's fine. So, I don't know.
So he's going to go to school for that, if that's what he wants.
I think so, yeah. I think he was talking about moving somewhere with his friends or something. Like out of state or maybe just a sack. I don't know, something like that. I was like, well, that's cool.
That's so crazy. I think the last time I saw him, he was still tiny.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Everybody grows up.
I know.
Everybody grows up.
But, yeah, I don't know. I hope he moves out and does something, yeah. My parents are supportive of him and whatever. They were not supportive of me moving out. It was fine.
Was that when you went to Wyoming or just moving out? Okay.
Yeah, they were not supportive about
Yeah,
that.
I can imagine.
It's fine. I needed it for sure. But
was it hard going out there and just leaving like that? Because we were still in high school.
You guys had just graduated.
Oh, we had just graduated. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just graduated. I'd already been out for a year.
We had just graduated, right?
Yeah, because we went out there for that summer.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It feels like it was, I don't know.
Okay, so after high school, that's a little different. I thought you guys left it in high school for some reason. But no, we graduated.
Mm-hmm. It was right after you guys graduated because we went out there for the summer. The day after you guys graduated.
And it was because Braden's family was moving out there.
Mm-hmm,
right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just saw that as a way, like,
get some freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard. I was crying. It was not so much because yes, because I wanted to move out there and be with him, but it was more so because of me. Like, I need to get out. Like, I saw it as a way of, like, this is my chance. Like, I can go. I was really surprised that they ended up saying yes. There were a lot of threats, but it ended up being fine.
Were you prepared to go either way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I remember telling that night that, the night before, I ended up packing all of my things in one night, like a few hours, and left the next morning. And I've never seen my dad cry before, and that was the first time. And I was like, heartbroken. They didn't talk to me for like a week or two after, but I was like, I'm your child. You're gonna have to talk to me eventually. So it was fine.
Were they just mad that you were going with your boyfriend at the time, or were they?
I don't know.
Sad to see you go in general.
Maybe both. I think both. Just because I'm a very big daddy's girl. They always say that, and I don't know. And like Mexican cultures are so.
Especially for girls. Yeah. Especially for girls.
It was hard, yeah. So they wouldn't let me go anywhere. They wouldn't let me do anything unless it was my friends and I could do whatever. But
Yeah, but I remember there were stretches where we just have to go over to your house because
yeah,
you guys
because
you weren't allowed to go anywhere.
yeah. But then, and I would get so mad because they would let my brother do whatever he wanted, and they didn't understand. I would cry all the time. Like, it's not fair. Like, he could go out to a concert and go out of town for however many days, but I can't even leave the house to go get lunch with someone. And it was sad, but I think after we ended up coming home in April for their like 25th anniversary for their wedding, and it was so different. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out, and I was expecting them to be like, and kind of felt like they were gonna be like, okay, just be back soon, but instead they like, okay, just be safe. It was kind of sad, but it was nice. So I was like, okay, I finally feel free from them.
Well, I feel like you being gone kind of changed the dynamic.
Yeah.
And when you came back, it wasn't
They
as
realized that I can
hold your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. They expected me to be home all the time and do chores and all this stuff, and because the girls are supposed to be home and the men are supposed to be out working, whatnot.
I think my sister experienced that a lot. Or not a lot, but to a varying degree.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad was raised in that. And I was too young, so I don't think I saw it, but like over the years I've heard my sister say, wow, you get away with so much more than I ever did at your age.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, I could my parents were strict, but I could do a lot. I could do a lot with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked. I would mow the lawns. I would mow other people's lawns. I would do physical labor for the family. That was my role. Was okay. You're a laborer in the house. This is what you do. And my sister would do, the dishes after dinner and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That dynamic's weird.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like the way it makes me feel towards my brothers. Like I
kind of resentful.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And I appreciated it because he always understood me, and he would, like, when I would get in trouble for random things, he would go talk to them and whatnot and make them see it the other way. But they didn't care.
They couldn't see it coming from you.
Yeah. It was sad, but I'm free.
Do you think that stems from just societal expectations in Mexican culture on women, or because it's more dangerous for women that they want to keep an eye on you a little bit more?
I don't know. I think both. I definitely heard, like, oh my God, it's not safe out there for you. You're a girl. There's men out there and yada yada. But I think it's both. Because they were raised like that. So
it just carries down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember having these conversations with them all the time. Like, no, we don't live like that anymore. It's different. They just didn't understand.
Were your parents born in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sinaloa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And came over.
Yeah. They came over for their honeymoon, I think. And I think my mom was pregnant with me. And
oh, wow. When they came over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa.
And then they used to live in LA, and then my grandma needed my parents, so they had to move back. And I was born over there.
Back in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. How did I know that?
Yeah.
When did they eventually come up here?
I think when I was 2 or 3.
So you have dual citizenship?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I don't. I'm not a citizen here.
You're not a citizen here? Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll edit that part out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So what does that mean? Does that...
I'm legally allowed to be here.
But if you leave, can you come back?
No.
No. So you're landlocked now in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah. If I leave, I won't. Yeah.
Is that what DACA is?
That is like a worker's
thing.
Like you're authorized to work in the United States, which is how I'm allowed to be here. I'm allowed to have regular jobs.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're like hardcore Mexican.
Oh,
You're making me
yeah.
look bad over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Whoa. So you can't, could you go to Mexico and come back, or you can't
No,
leave? You
I
can't leave,
can't leave.
period.
Yeah. I mean, I could go, like, to Hawaii and other...
Stay in the States.
Mhm.
Alaska.
But I can't go anywhere else.
What happens if you went to Canada and tried to come back?
I don't know. I don't even know if I would be able to get in.
Oh, to Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you get your citizenship where you've been here for so long?
That's what we're working on. It's been such a long process, though. I think since I think my junior year, we've been working on that, and it's such a long process. We went to court finally the last time, and we won our case. So there's only a certain amount of visas that can be given out
Per year?
And so we're just waiting. So we're just waiting on them to give us our visa.
So won your case, meaning you went to court and pled your case?
Yeah. And the judge was like, okay. Like, it was either we didn't win our case and we got deported right then and there, or, yeah.
Are your parents citizens?
No.
Okay, so it's everybody.
I think the only ones that are Manson.
Oh, not
even the younger ones. Well, yes.
Okay, because they were all born here. Okay. That is so crazy.
Yeah. It's sad. I just, like, I know, like, I don't really care so much for me. Like, yes, I want to travel, but it's more like for them. Because, I mean, their parents, like, passed away and they weren't able to go see. And, yeah, it's just sad. You know, they want to go see their family that they haven't seen in forever. But
that is so crazy.
I know.
That seems so broken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Especially, I mean, you've been here since you were 2. Like, your whole life is here.
Right? Yeah. I know that there's, like, certain people can get them if you've been here for a certain amount of time. But I think maybe that law is no more.
They pulled it?
Yeah.
That seems weird. That whole immigration thing is just so not in a good place.
No, it's not. And that's why it was so scary when we went to court this last time. I think it was a few years ago. And my parents were so freaked out because since we adopted the kids, they are allowed to be here. And they knew for sure that they would be secure, but they were worried for me because they're like, okay, well, you have, like, nothing holding you here. You don't have kids. You don't have anything. They can deport you, and if you lose the case. And so they were so scared that I was going to get deported, and I would never see them again.
So if you lost that case, they could just take you right then and there.
Yeah.
And they would just send you to Mexico?
Yeah.
Just probably over the border.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Dump you into Tijuana and say,
Yeah.
okay, good luck. That is so crazy.
I know. How scary. So.
Was that a fear when you were growing up that you could get deported?
Yes. I don't really remember. I think maybe I just, like, blocked that out of my memory. But I remember that there was, like immigration would every so often would, like, show up. Not to our house, but, like, people would be like, oh my God.
You'd hear it through the grapevine.
And my parents would be like, okay. Like, just, and if anybody, like, knocks on the door, just, like, hide.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They said that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, yeah. But that didn't happen for all that. I mean, I personally wasn't, like, freaked out or anything.
Well, as a kid, you probably didn't even know. You're like, okay, I guess we're playing a game. That is so crazy.
I know.
Were you worried when you went to court? I know your parents were worried, but were you kind of freaking out?
Kind of. I just tried not to think about it. I was like, it's not gonna happen. We had a pretty strong case, so I was like, I knew we were gonna win. But yeah, it was scary. I mean, just thinking about, like, I could possibly get sent to Mexico and never be able to come back legally and see my family for however long. I don't know. I mean, I moved here when I was 2.
Yeah, what
so
would you do? I mean, luckily you could speak Spanish, so you could talk to people, but you don't. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
How are you gonna survive?
Well,
What was your case? Just that you had been here for so long that, hey, I'm American. How can you deport me?
It was, so my parents adopted, it was all because of Brunley. Since she's special needs, my parents adopted her, and the whole case kind of revolved around her. If my parents got deported, who was going to take care of her? And so that was their whole case. And so
You were kind of folded into that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, Mary lives with them. Mary helps out the house, like helps with Brunley, because my mom has severe anxiety and depression and all this stuff. So, it was all, my case was all based off of her. Like, I'm helping my parents out because they're so stressed because they already have all these other kids, and having Brunley is stressful because there's so much going on with her, like with like appointments and all these other things. And so my whole case was that I was supposed to help my mom. And so that wasn't a strong enough case. And so
Oh, it wasn't.
Like, that's what, I don't know. Like, it wasn't as strong as my parents because they were
for you
immediately,
because you're okay.
I was just kind of like a secondary. And so yes, it's strong enough. And it was, obviously, but they weren't sure. It was like, it was iffy. So that's why they were freaked out. They're like, okay. And then the thing is too that I think the other part of me moving to Wyoming and my parents being so freaked out was that I was supposed to be living with them, and I had to make up a whole reason as to why I moved away, and and how I'm still able to like help them. That was kind of hard to fit into that.
So after you won your case, you weren't immediately given a visa.
No,
You're still
we
waiting
have
for
to
that.
wait. Yeah.
And it's been how many years?
I don't even know. It's been that long.
But are you technically a citizen?
No.
Because they granted you won your case. No,
Mm-mm.
you're not until you get that visa.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of in this limbo state where you're waiting for somebody to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, and it's so expensive. Even like the DACA where you were saying, it's so expensive. It's like 500 or something like that just to get a little ID. Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
No,
someone needs to do something about that.
Yeah, and they were for a second there because they were so freaked out. They were like, "Oh my God, well, what if you and Brayden just get married?" And I was like, "I'm not. Nope." I was like,
just
"I'm not."
Just to get the papers.
Yeah, because they were so freaked out.
It's like the stereotypical.
Literally.
Hey.
Yeah.
We need some papers. Somebody's got to make a sacrifice here. What are we doing?
I was like, I'm not doing that. No.
Damn.
I'll move.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was like for a very brief second, but
it was like, hey, we know a way you could become a citizen.
And it wasn't like they were just so freaked out. They're like, and afterwards, like when we won our case, we got in the car and we were driving home, and like she was bawling her eyes out, and she like turns and looks at me and she's like, we just know we would never pressure you into doing that. Like, it was, yeah.
Well, I would imagine the thought of losing your kid, of someone just coming and taking them, would weigh on you. And I mean, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Damn. That is so crazy. I don't understand why that's still that way. Why that's just an issue nobody really wants to touch. And I don't understand why.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not even just Mexicans. It's like Canadians and everyone. Like, everyone's, I don't know.
I get it. I feel like having a border is definitely important. I recognize that. You could make an argument that you need to kind of have an idea of who's coming in and who's going out. Yeah, okay. But we should also make it easy-ish for people to come in. I mean, we shouldn't just be barring everybody and only taking...
Yeah, and it's like for a certain amount of time, like, we're paying taxes, we're
Yeah.
doing all these things, we're like, you know, my parents, knock on wood, have never been in trouble with the law. Like, my family hasn't, nothing. Like, we're great. But it's just like, you should be able to see that and recognize, like, okay, like, they're here to work and live, not traffic drugs or whatever.
Exactly. You have Americans that are selling fentanyl that's killing thousands of people,
And you
and
see
they're
all these,
good.
like, homeless people, and it's like
That's gotta be so
Mexicans
frustrating.
are here.
Yeah.
Like, people joke and like make all these like remarks and say all these things like, oh my god, it's always the Mexicans, like being the cleaning ladies and the janitors and whatnot. It's like, yeah, because they're willing to do what others aren't. So, because they're here to work and support their family. And it's like, there's people literally that leave their whole family behind in Mexico to come here to work so they
can send that money back.
Send money back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, they should be able to recognize that and be like, okay. But
people get weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
No, we need to lock everybody out of this country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It makes me uncomfortable too when I meet people like that, and I'm like, what do you think about me? It's like, when we were living in Wyoming, Trump was like a very big thing. And I remember just every time we go back, we travel and around the States and stuff, and I'm like, I get such weird looks just for being brown and being Mexican. I go into any gas station or anywhere and they just stare at me. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's gotta weigh on you after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
It's so weird that race is still such a big issue.
Yeah.
With everything else we have going on, that seems. What are we doing?
I don't know. It's like there's so much with that. It's so sad to think. It's like, people are raised that way. And it's like, but after a certain point, like, you should be able to make your own decisions and realize, like, okay, this person, like, you know, like, if, I don't know. I just think about, like, Braden's family, for instance. Like, his grandparents and his dad are, like, Trump supporters and stuff, and it makes me uncomfortable. And I know it's not like, I guess there's like a difference between being a Trump supporter and
full-blown racist.
Yeah. Well, that, and then believing in like what he's supporting.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Trump supporters are just crazy, but it just made me uncomfortable because I'm like, what do you think about me? Like, being Mexican and knowing, I don't know. I think one day his grandpa had made a remark saying, like, Mexicans are just here. Something, I don't know, something that made me uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm sitting right here. Like,
that's the weird one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a few situations where people have made comments, not good comments, about Mexicans, and I'm kind of standing there like, I don't think this person knows that I'm Mexican. Like, how does that come into play?
Mm-hmm.
I try to just not be around those people after that happens, because usually it's not a great person that's saying that, so you don't need to associate with them.
And I mean, don't get me, like, I don't think they're racist, and I know they're not racist, and I love them, but it was one time he like had made a comment, and I was like, oh. Just kind of hurt. But
they know you're Mexican, though, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's hard. I feel like people just like look down on Mexicans, and I don't know.
Feels that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that bother you?
Yes.
Does that get to you after a while?
I don't know. Like, kind of. I think it just depends on what mental state I'm in.
Mm-hmm. If you could just, if you're having a good day and you can just brush it off, or
like, whatever.
If you're already kind of in your head and somebody says something offhanded, kind of sticks with you a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The weird thing for me that I noticed, because I grew up doing real physical labor, like roofing houses, pouring concrete, construction, building fences. The weird thing was always people would look at me a certain way when I was on a job site doing something or working with my hands, and they'd be walking by and start talking with me or something. And then as soon as they would find out, and this was later into high school, and I'd be like, oh, I'm, going back to school or I'd be here over the summer, especially. That was a weird one. So I'd be going to college and then come back for the summer. And you got this weird feeling from people. And maybe it was just my own shit, which is possible. But I'd get this feeling, and then I'd say, oh, yeah, I'm majoring in blah, blah, blah. And they would instantly kind of switch, like, oh, wow. Oh, wow, good for you. Wow, wow. And I would just sit there like, what? Why is that that way?
They look at you and they just assume that this is all you're going to do.
Yeah, this is your life. You're just a roofer, or you're just construction. And I wonder how much of that is a little racy, or how much of that is just how people view laborious jobs like that.
I don't know. I feel like it's a thin line.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It can get a little dicey.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's like people, like when you hear maids or whatever, they just like, Mexicans. Oh, Mexicans.
Housekeeper, Mexican.
I feel like they just...
Lawn care, Mexican.
Mexicans, yeah. It's like... I think they just... I don't know. I think it's a thin line. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. But it's like... Hey, we're here doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So...
Nobody's going to say Mexicans don't work hard.
Exactly.
That's what I always fall back on.
Yep. I just think of all the homeless people. I'm like, I don't see any.
No brown skin out there, baby.
Nope. None of us out there.
Yeah. I'm too busy working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always just fall back. And I think I learned that from my dad, is I just fall back on jokes. Like, who cares? You think this way, that's more indicative of how you feel than anything else.
Yeah. They work hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I know. I just see my dad, and then I feel so bad because it's like they work hard, and it's like.
And then we're over here like, I don't have shit figured out. I don't know.
And then I feel bad, and that's part of me. That's I'm like, I should go to school for them, but it's also like.
It's not what's gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That weird parental pressure.
I know.
Is a silent killer.
Yeah. Yeah. When did... Because you graduated, right?
Yeah. May. This last May.
Were they, like, super excited, or...
Yeah. They were kind of bummed because we didn't get a real commencement.
That's right.
Yeah. They wanted... They did one, but it was just for the students. And so you couldn't have your family or anybody out in the crowd or anything. I was like, well, why am I going to go? Yeah. Because I had felt like, I really did this for them. And so if they couldn't be there to enjoy it, well, and it was back at kind of the beginning of COVID-ish. Well, I guess not, actually, because it was this last May. But it was still a little dicey. And I was like, why go out there just to have me sit with all these kids and...
These random people.
Yeah, and get this diploma and then not have my parents there to enjoy that. I was like, I don't need to do this. I think that bummed him out a little bit. But, yeah. I mean, I had tried to drop out so many times that I think they were just happy to... And I switched schools so many times, I think they were just happy I was done and I couldn't...
finished.
Yeah, they're like, he's done. He can't switch any more schools. He can't drop out. We're good. We got him to the finish line. We're okay. I think... that made them happy. Yeah. But I feel just as lost now as I did back then. The only difference is that thin veneer of, oh, I'm going to school. You can't fall back on that anymore.
Yeah.
It was different when you're going to school and you don't have anything figured out because people just expect that. Like, oh, at least you're going to school. It's different when you say, oh, yeah,
it out.
Yeah, I'm just working and trying to figure out what I want to do. Then people get a little curious. Oh, you're not? What are you doing?
You've been at school
What's going on with your life? Yeah.
You haven't done anything?
Yeah.
Ugh.
especially because I'm still living at home. Oh, you're still living at home. That's a killer. That one gets me all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm so like I stress myself out all the time. I'm always my biggest critic, and so I feel like I should be at a different point in life, and so it's hard to be. Which I should be incredibly thankful, and I am that I get to be at home and save money and be around my parents who I love. But it's hard to enjoy that when you feel like you should be somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah, but it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Have you ever, because you've always been in dorms, right? Well, aside from SAC when you lived with your sister.
SAC I lived with my sister. And in New York, we were kind of in dorms, but it was upperclassmen housing and it was studio style. So we had a legitimate apartment complex that we were in, but it was all students. But we had, it was like a 3-bedroom, 1 bath with a full kitchen, pantry, washer, dryer to ourselves. So it was like an apartment. And I didn't know the kids going into it. But it was still kind of dormish because it's through school.
Yeah.
Yeah, living with my sister in SAC was really the only time it wasn't school affiliated.
So you've never lived by yourself?
No.
And that's something you want to do?
Yeah. I'm planning on moving out in January.
Just somewhere around here?
Yeah, there's this guy that works at the gym, and him and I were kind of talking about getting a place together because I don't really want to have to pay out of my ass to do a 1-bedroom or a studio, And I don't really mind living with somebody else. And he seems like a cool enough guy that I think it'd be fine. But that's my plan. I was kind of thinking about I have a friend that's going to Vegas, and I thought about moving down there with her. I want to go to LA eventually, but it seems a little sketchy down there right now with everybody getting jumped and stuff. So kind of pushing the brakes on that. And up here, it's still cheaper compared to LA or San Diego. So I feel like I'm just going to ride it out for maybe 6 months up here and see. But I don't know. My problem is I don't know if that's an excuse that I'm telling myself because out of fear of going to somewhere else, or if that's a genuine idea that, it makes more sense on paper to stay here because I can work, I can do the podcast, I don't have to move the studio.
Well, what are you scared of, moving away? To LA? Well, because weren't you talking about moving to Texas for a little bit too?
Yeah, I wanna go to Texas.
Or Georgia?
Texas seems like a better place with COVID and everything. Texas seems like the place to be.
Seems fun.
Yeah, it seems fun. I think Austin would be really cool. Austin, Dallas, the metropolitan area, but you still... it's Texas. California just seems like it's in a rough spot right now.
Yeah.
And with all the forced mandates. And I read an article this morning about some Swedish developers that have made a microchip that you can implant in your skin now that has your COVID passport on it.
What?
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Oh my God.
I think that's where we're going. In
That's
California.
so
I don't think that would happen in Texas, but California, I would not be surprised.
But yeah, there's people out there putting chips in their hand just to unlock their doors.
What are we doing?
It's really that hard just to use a key?
Yeah, or open your house. You can't have a key? You need to have something in your body to do that?
Yeah.
That
can't be good for you.
Yeah, it can't.
That's scary though.
Yeah.
COVID passport.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what worries me about California is this push now where, especially down south, if you want to go anywhere, you're going to need your vaccine passport.
Are you vaccinated?
I am not, which is dicey in this day and age, if you ask my parents. Yeah, I'm not. Are you? Yeah, you.
I am.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I just didn't want to risk it around my family. And my Brenly, she's... Yeah. So.
If my parents hadn't gotten it, I probably would have for them. Well, now it's weird because vaccinated people are getting infected. No one wants to talk about that.
Yeah, they're doing the booster now too.
And people are still getting infected with that. It just seems like a weird time.
I think so, yeah. Please.
Are you going to get the booster?
I don't know. I don't think so. At least right now. No.
Hold off on that one?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty safe. I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere. I go to work and home.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's
So-
not like I'm hanging out with a bunch of random people. Well, I
Yeah.
guess I kind of am with this, but
6 feet apart.
yeah, basically. Is Braden's fully vaccinated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. In order to see his grandparents,
Mm.
he had to be vaccinated. Mm-hmm.
Is he thinking about the booster?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. We haven't talked about it, so I don't think so. I think we're pretty much on the same page on that. Don't really need it.
Yeah.
At least right now.
Well, it seems like California's also gonna. They want to change the definition of fully vaccinated to now include the booster.
My friend lives in Hawaii, and they have to take their vaccine cards everywhere. They won't get into any restaurants or anything without showing them their card.
That seems like a slippery slope.
Yeah. I know. Like, that's crazy.
And it's crazy because in the beginning, that's exactly what they said they weren't going to do. We're not going to require anyone to be vaccinated.
Well, I thought it was illegal to, force you to show that. Because that was the thing. Like, when the mask mandate came down, here, it was supposed to be, like, by, what is it, Code of Honor? Yeah. And people were lying.
So, yeah.
Yeah. People were lying about it. Like, yes, I'm vaccinated. Just so that they wouldn't wear the mask. Because we weren't allowed, like, legally, you're not allowed to ask for their vaccine card.
That clearly went out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where mine is, honestly. So.
Yeah. And you have all these people that are getting fake ones now.
What?
Just so that, yeah.
Oh,
There was a
my
guy,
God.
I don't know if it was in the States or not. There was a guy that went to get his COVID vaccine because he had to get the passport, and he had a fake arm, and he tried to get the doctor to inject it into his fake arm, and they caught him and were like, what is this? Yeah.
What?
I don't
Oh
remember
my
if that was in the
God.
States or overseas somewhere. Yeah.
Why?
Because he did not want the shot, but he had to go places, so he brought in like a fake prosthetic arm or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what kills me too. It's like all these people complaining, like, I'm so ready for it to be over. And it's just like, oh my God, then stop doing crazy things. Like, just follow what they're asking you to do. Whatever.
I feel like it's not gonna be over.
I don't think
it's
so
ever
either.
gonna be over.
I don't think so either, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
you
just-
see all these other places, like, what is it, New Zealand and place, they're pretty much over it. And it's, the US just sucks.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Mm-hmm,
We're in a bad place with a lot of things.
Can't follow the rules.
The whole forced compliance aspect of everything nowadays worries me. That's what freaks me out. Because when people get a power like that, they don't really want to ever give it up.
Mm-hmm. That's
So that
true.
kind of scares me.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about when we cannot wear masks now. That's just gone out of the window.
I thought I heard about something like a couple months ago. Maybe I'm just making that
For
up,
Humboldt
but
County?
Yeah.
I thought I did too, and then it just
It
went away.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, because I remember hearing one of my coworkers talking about it, saying that, oh yeah, we might not have to wear masks anymore, like this upcoming week or something. I was like, oh, I don't know.
That went out the
Just-
window.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody's saying anything.
No.
When can you take your mask off? Oh, no, just wear your mask. You're okay. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a little hug on your face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I feel
only
weird without
time
it now.
I really don't like it is at the gym.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, especially that gym is so small that there is no ventilation.
Yeah.
So it gets so hot.
You're breathing in everything, even with the mask.
One of the last times we went, I almost passed out because I could not breathe.
It's not
I was
good.
so hot. I remember I was like, oh my God, I'm getting dizzy. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to splash some cold water on my face. And I went in there and the water was hot. I sat there forever waiting for the cold water. I was like, oh my God. I just had to run outside. It was so hot in there.
Especially if you're doing cardio. It's over.
Yeah.
If you're going to run out. I see these people running on the treadmill all the time. And I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I could not do that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you go. You do you. I know.
Yeah, then your mask gets all sweaty and it's like you're being waterboarded.
And you're like breathing all heavy and you're just like, all your spit is like coming out. And it's
you're
like,
sucking water back in. And you're just, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is not helping anybody.
Yeah. It's gross. Ugh. Mm.
I don't know. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think so.
I think this is just going to be life, I guess, until we get some better politicians.
How crazy. When it first started, we were just like, oh.
We're just going to be locked down for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. They were talking about it being, till like June or something. We're like, oh my God, that's crazy. Here we are.
Going into 2022.
How much fun was it, though, at first? We just all go to the beach. And it was so peaceful and nice. Now
here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you checked any of like the COVID stats or anything?
No, I try not to look at that anymore.
I don't either.
Yeah. Cases are going up. That's
I don't know.
that's all that's all I know. I'm guessing cases are going up. But with the whole Omicron thing, from my, I don't have any facts to back this up, but from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like Omicron's any more dangerous. But
Isn't that the other variant?
Yeah, that's the new one that came out from wherever that they found in South Africa, and
oh my God,
people are losing it. Next week there's going to be this Zeta variant that people are losing their shit about. It is such a weird time, just like all around. It's just a weird time.
I feel like they just make this up just to, like you said, like a power trip. Ugh.
Fauci bothers me because it feels like that guy is on a power trip for sure. You don't know? Oh, I envy that. I wish I didn't know who this guy was.
I know.
He's the doctor or the head of the whatever that does all those briefings. Oh no, people can't go gather for the holidays because we're going to be wearing masks forever. You can't shake anybody's hands. You don't know who Fauci is. That's a good place to be.
Oh yeah. I try to, it's bad.
Shield your eyes,
it's bad.
I need to be like that.
I
should you though? I don't feel like life is more. I don't feel like you're any happier if you pay attention to the news.
Ignorant is bliss.
Yeah.
No, I should pay more attention to the news, but it's just so depressing.
It's never anything happy.
And it's always the same thing. So much bad and crazy going on, and it's just so depressing. I don't know. I just don't like to see it, but I should. I need to get more educated.
I don't know anymore. I think being educated surface level is good because then at least you can speak on things and have a general idea of what's going on. But I don't think diving deeper on a lot of these issues is beneficial for your mental health.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's people that go way into it.
Those are not fun people to be around, I'll be honest.
Oh
I was one of those back at the beginning of the pandemic, freaking out. And like after we had all hung out, and then I don't know, I text everybody. I don't know if I text you or if I text Braden. It was back at the beginning because I had found out, I might have been on a plane that somebody had COVID on. And this was back in March.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
And I was freaked out and I didn't leave my house again for a few months after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good way to live.
Yeah, no.
All I was doing was consuming social media and going to class, and
it's scary too, especially because it was so early on, and it's like
you
don't know
knew.
what's going on, and because you said you were on a plane, right?
Yeah, it was when I had flown back because campus had closed.
Yeah.
They were closing for 2 weeks or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd come back home. We were just trying to figure out what was actually going to happen.
I remember. Well, yeah, and then being around somebody that was pregnant and
That's
with
what
a
really freaked me out.
baby, and I'm like, that's understandable, especially because it was so new. But
Now,
after a while, it's
yeah.
like,
I've talked to a few people. I can't remember who I was talking to. It was some girl, and she said she hadn't left her house until recently. For a long time, she just didn't go out.
oh
She
my
was so
God,
paranoid about it. She didn't see anybody. She had all her groceries like door dashed.
that's expensive.
Yeah, right?
Hmm.
I don't know what her job was, but I don't remember who it was.
Hmm.
But that's not a good way. That's
No,
no way to live your life.
no, it was like that. We were like that for a second, where we didn't want, like, we would go to the beach and the park where you could be around people but not be close enough to,
And be outdoors.
yeah. But we were so freaked out at first. But then after a while, it's like, oh my God, okay, whatever.
Let's move on.
Yeah. I remember we were at the park one day, actually, and we were playing frisbee, and some kid ran up to us and grabbed our frisbee, and we're like, oh my God. We were freaked out. We're like, oh my God, let's go home.
Now we're going to sanitize
We're gonna
our
go
frisbee.
shower. Yeah. But I think early on, yeah.
It made sense.
Yeah.
For the first month,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2 months.
I don't think I saw my parents because we were all hanging out. And I don't think I saw my parents all that often because I just didn't want, like, I would feel so guilty. But yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't leave my house because they closed down the gym. I was going to school, so I wasn't really working.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see anybody. Because I was freaked out. I was freaked out for my parents. I was freaked out for everybody. So I just stayed, especially after the plane thing. That's what sparked it. Because I was so worried about that. And I felt so bad that I had been around everybody that I just laid low. And it was like a spiral into the abyss.
Yeah. I was like that too. I went to work one day. I was always paranoid because, there's so many things. People touch everything and we touch
Sneeze in their hands.
Yeah. Oh my God. When people would take their masks off just to sneeze or cough, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I was always so paranoid. I remember somebody said that they were around people that had COVID, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going home. I don't want to be around anybody. Yeah, I get it. It's like you would feel so guilty if you
got somebody else sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that one.
It just feels like there needs to be a point where we start getting back to pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't feel like people want to get there yet.
I don't see that happening. I mean,
yeah.
That just walking around with that, for that, like, what, couple weeks or week or when we didn't have to wear masks, that was so weird.
So nice.
It was nice.
So nice, but it was weird. Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'd like leave the car and I'm like, oh, my face feels cold. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I don't need my mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess this is what we're doing now. Well, the dumbest thing is going into a restaurant and you have to wear it to sit down, but then suddenly you sit down at the table and COVID
it just goes
is,
away.
Yeah.
It goes away.
Can't enter your space at the dinner table. What is that?
You have to wear it to walk into the restaurant.
And you're walking by people sitting at the bar and at these tables without a mask, but you have to have your mask on.
Yeah. Anytime you leave your table, you have to wear your
What?
mask. It's like, that makes no sense.
It feels like we're playing an imaginary game that a child made up.
Literally.
Oh, you can't touch the floor because it's lava.
It's lava, yeah.
Oh, well, I don't want to play this game anymore. No, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're doing now. That's what. Yeah.
I know that.
And some people like playing the game. They like the power trip of, oh no, you have to fucking put on your mask. Oh, you don't have your mask on? Oh, you're not vaccinated? Oh.
Get out.
Yeah.
Go.
Sorry, you can't be here. You're terrible. I can't associate with you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just.
I feel like all of that is playing into my desire not to be tied down, going full circle. Because the world is just so crazy that to be tied to one place, if things get dicey like this, the idea of not being able to go somewhere else, not comfortable.
Gotta do your van.
I gotta do the freaking van. The problem is the van is not going to be this big.
Well, right.
Yeah, that's the problem. That would be
Right.
the way to do it, though, because then you could drive to people. You could, I don't know, just sit across or sit on the bed and talk to people, I guess. I don't know how it would all pan out, but you're mobile,
Mm-hmm.
which I think would be good.
Growing pains on the go.
Yeah, that's the new name. That'll be the spin-off.
Yes, there
Growing
you go.
pains on the go.
Yep. I think you should do it. That would be so fun.
I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Or my other idea was just to move somewhere for 6 months, do the podcast there, move somewhere else for 6 months, just bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like 6 months is a decent amount of time. You could set up a nice space. You could actually get people to come on. But then you're gone 6 months later.
Yeah.
You just have to find a job that somehow
Supports
works
you.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a series of jobs that you could do that with.
See, you could be a TikTok influencer. There you go. You could show all the
I
places, all the people that you meet.
I don't think I can do TikTok at this point. I've talked so much shit about TikTok. I'm the old boomer that is shitting on Snapchat. Just can't. I can't do it. Yeah.
I understand. I judge so hard people making TikToks. You see those people in public doing their dances, and I'm like, oh my god, so embarrassing.
Yep.
So embarrassing. But whatever.
They're doing it.
But then it's like, okay, these people are probably making money and actually doing something that they want to do.
That they enjoy.
Yeah.
They're living life.
So I'm like, so embarrassing, but jealous, like Loki.
That's the weird thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a little bit of envy, but also you're kind of shitting on it because it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
But if they're making money, that's the thing. And if they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not for me. I don't think I could do that.
I don't know. Yeah. Not like that. Not to that extent. I think something else. Like if you're, I don't know, not like dancing or doing weird TikTok hacks or whatever. I think that's weird. But if you're doing something like this, that's fine.
I kind of feel like it's the equivalent of being a SoundCloud rapper nowadays, is having a podcast. Oh, you have a podcast? You rap online? Yeah. Do you remember Jordan Sanders from high school?
Yeah.
He's a rapper now.
Really? I think
I had him on.
He was really nice. I really liked
him. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
I think we had orchestra together for a little bit.
He's got some pretty good. I have one of his songs. I think it's "Kill It" on my workout playlist.
I'll have to check him out.
Jamming it out to. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really nice. You had him on here?
Yeah, I had him on back at the beginning. He was one of the originals, the first ones to come on. And then he came on a couple of weeks ago, I think. I don't know. My time's all off, but he was on again.
Mm-hmm.
And he rapped on the podcast.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was wild. And he's doing that. He performed at like a little concert or something down in Reno, I think.
Wow. That's
out
awesome.
here doing his thing. He's got some expensive chains. He made a couple music videos and he was talking about the chains. And I was like, that is so great. He's like, yeah, that one was. I don't remember how much he said they were. I'm gonna say like $5,000, maybe $15,000. I feel like that might have been more reasonable. And I'm like, that's insane to drop that amount of money on a necklace.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, and he's like, I think he said he doesn't have a car, or it would pay off his car. And I'm like, why would you not do that? What are we doing here?
Oh,
yeah, he's a cool guy, but I don't get that. The idea of just spending money on crap. But then here I am with this, right? So
okay,
maybe I'm full of shit.
This is something you want to do.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, am very impulsive. So, this makes sense. You're spending money wisely. You're doing something you enjoy.
What are you buying?
Oh, nothing.
Just random things on Amazon.
I'm broke. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, been there.
Just random things. I am so indecisive about everything. I keep the tags on everything. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll return this. Oh, man. A year later, everything still has tags, and I've worn it like 5 times.
And you can't return it now.
I'll return it.
Like, oh, shit.
Is your big thing
clothing then?
No,
Oh, okay.
not
What is it?
even. It's like technology and random. I buy one thing and it just drains my bank. I'm like, oh, cool. And it just sits there. I don't even do anything with it.
Yep. That's how I am. During COVID, I bought all the parts and built a computer.
Mm-hmm.
That drained my bank account.
Like like a PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this is. That's what
Oh.
we're recording off of, is
Oh.
that. I just
Well, there you go. You see,
got
you're
too
using
bored and, well, yeah, I guess that's a good thing. But I bought reloading equipment for ammunition.
Oh my god.
Just spur of the moment, bought that. I do really well for decent spans of time, and then I lose
You
it.
get that like itch.
Yeah, I just need to buy
and then
something.
you buy one thing and it's like, oh, gotta keep doing it.
My problem is it's never just one thing. It's like 15 things, and then I'll be good for a few months, and then it's 15 things, and then I'll be good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's like you buy that first thing, you're like, oh my god, that felt
That
so
felt
good.
yeah, that's the problem. Or you buy something that you need to buy add-ons for, and then you're fucked.
I tell myself I'm gonna start all these hobbies. I'm like, oh, I bought such an expensive bike. Yeah, I'm just gonna go biking. This is what I'm gonna do. No.
I think it was in high school. My parents were out of town, which instantly is not a good sign for me back
God.
then. Yeah, they were out of town, and I bought, it was this, I went with my sister to the music store. I had a guitar, but I wanted another guitar. I wanted an acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah.
And I was telling her, I'm going to take all these lessons. I'm going to be, I'm going to start my own band. It's going to be great. And I go in there thinking, oh, I'll spend, $100. I didn't know how much a guitar was. I had one, but I think my grandpa had bought it for me back when I first started taking lessons. I bought a $1,000 guitar and I played it like 5 times. And looking back, I don't understand the line of thinking that got me to that point.
It's so impulsive. You see something you want and you're like, I must have it.
You're like, oh, I can afford. Oh, I got to get it now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah, I do it all the time. It's like, and then like you pick up, like I said, I got a bike. I was like, I'm gonna do this. Had to get a bike rack, had to get a nice helmet, had to do all these things, all these attachments for it. Nothing gets used. And I'm like, oh, why did I do that? Like, I could have had all this money. In the time, I thought it was a smart idea.
I wonder what that stems from.
I don't know.
It's
just
just
a void in my heart.
Yeah, right? We're just trying to fill it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still struggle with that. I've gotten better to an extent. Not where I want to be, but I can feel it coming on more now. We can kind of pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. I understand that a little, but then
you fuck up and you still do it.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know. I have the urge and I want to go to Target or Costco or whatever, and I'm like, yes, I want to buy something. And then I just look around and I'm like, I don't care for any of this stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is great. This is great because I finally feel like I did it. I'm over it. And then 2 nights ago, I buy a freaking almost $300 coffee maker. Like, what? What? I have 2 coffee makers. For what reason do I need another one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's really, yeah.
The hobby thing, that's the one that really gets me.
Yeah.
Because you talk yourself into the idea of,
like, okay,
I'm going to start all these hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is going to be really good for me. I'm going to pick up the guitar. I'm going to pick up this thing. I've been struggling. This is my newest one, and I've been holding it off for a little while, but I'm struggling with it. I kind of want to get into photography. And there's some cameras for sale online that are pretty cheap, and I keep coming back to them. I've got a couple of them saved. And every time I go to it, I'm like, Nick, don't fucking do this.
I understand
Don't do this.
Oh my gosh, me too. I went through that phase.
Yeah.
I still like am in that because I did. I bought a nice camera and I don't use it.
Yep.
But I try to, and like I take it everywhere with me. Like and I don't use it.
I know that's gonna be me. I know that, and I still in the back of my head.
I think for me, it's like I just need to be prepared for everything. It's like, okay, oh, we're gonna go here. I have it. I got you guys. Here you go. Like, you can use it. That's my thing. It's also with like the hobby thing. It's like, if I'm gonna really start this, I need everything.
Yes.
How am I gonna succeed if I don't have everything? So
That's how I was with this. I do not need all of. We don't need the freaking studio lights or the wall mounts.
but what lights would you have?
Exactly. That's what and I've had a few people ask me how to start because they want to do a podcast. I'm like, definitely do it if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't buy everything. Record on your phone if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do whatever you have to do, but keep it as minimal as possible.
Yeah.
Because you don't need all the extra shit.
Yeah.
I say that as I'm sitting around with all this extra shit.
How are you going to succeed without it?
If I really want it to take off, I gotta have the nice mics. I gotta have the good lighting. I gotta have the good cameras.
Yeah.
That's just a black hole you can fall down.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
There's got to be some psychological thing that stems from. Maybe it is just that dopamine hit of, oh, I got this new toy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a void in my heart. That's what I'm going
I'm
with.
just trying to fill it with things.
With all this, all these material things. That's so sad because I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, I don't.
The
person that has to constantly be just pulling things.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be the person that doesn't have any hobbies.
Well, yeah, because
I feel like that's
you're not
dangerous.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta try things.
But
to I guess there's an in between. To a certain extent.
Balance.
Yeah. There's got to be a balance.
I don't do well with balance either. That's my other problem. If I'm in, I'm all in.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes or 5 years, whatever, I'm all in. And then if I'm out, there's no getting me back in.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. I know.
It's not
and
good.
I think it's also when I'm around people and with my friends and stuff, I'm like, okay, I get all riled up and I'm like, yes, we're gonna do this, let's do this. And then for some reason I'm always ending up spending money on random things and I'm like, and then we never do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
it's hard.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to save my money.
How to save money and how to invest money.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. That's a big thing going on right now too. All these NFTs and
Do you understand that?
No.
Okay, me neither.
100% no. Braden tries to talk to me about all that because he is super into it, and
in one ear and out the other.
I feel so bad because I'm like, haha.
Yeah. Is he buying NFTs? Does he have NFTs and stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to him. I don't get it.
Him and Kaz, they're both doing it. They're doing stuff. They're buying things. And I'm like,
what did you just buy? You're like, I'm over here buying concrete things, like a camera or a coffee maker, things that are actually
and you're
tangible.
Over here buying random. You just spent $500 on what?
Yeah, and you can't actually hold it. What is this again?
Lame. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not. Kaz tried to explain it to me a little bit. When Brendan was on with Alex, Brendan tried to explain it to me a little bit. I don't get it. It's like they're speaking French.
Yeah, I don't know.
And everybody says it's going to be the next big thing. You got to jump on.
Yeah. It's like digital art. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Digital art.
But it can be anything. You could NFT a receipt or
what does that mean?
Music. I don't know.
And Ethereum and all these things. I'm like, what? This much Ethereum is this much money. I'm like, I don't he's like, I just bought this NFT and it's blah blah point blah 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 Ethereum and yada yada. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But
so he's into it. He's into the crypto and the NFTs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Full, that's his latest thing. He's full blown into it now. Him and Kaz are both whatever.
I just don't have the time. I feel like if I start going into that world, it's going to consume me. I'm not going to do anything else.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I have noticed that. It's they're always on their phone. I'm like, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always on my phone too, but that's... I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess if you're doing something good with it, whatever. But...
I'm trying to be on my phone less. Mm-hmm. That's my big thing. I need to delete social media because it is such a time suck.
Yes. Oh my God. When your phone at the end of the week gives you that, like, the
I don't even look at
stats.
that.
I don't either.
I thought this was going to be a good idea, and I completely fucked myself. I set the timer. You can set a timer for your social media, and it'll say, oh, you've used whatever time you set.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to extend it for a
Oh
minute,
my
15
God.
minutes, indefinitely for the rest of the day? And that's all I do. I'll get the notification, oh, just 15 more
Just
minutes,
15
and
more
I'll
minutes.
press that like 10 times.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I need to just delete the apps because I know I won't invest the energy
Yeah.
to, and I don't know my passwords, so if I delete them, I'll be good.
Literally. Ugh. My thing is, like, I want to delete them. I think we've talked about this so many times about deleting the apps and stuff. But it's like, there's like family. That's the only way that I see them or whatever.
I don't care enough to see. I'm gonna
But
be.
well, that's
I'll
true.
be honest. I don't care enough to see what anybody's doing. Not in a
Right.
bad way. It's just
I don't care about
I can
anybody.
support you without knowing what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's well, right. Yeah. But I mean, I could just text them before. I don't know. I'm so bad at responding. It's terrible. I feel so bad all the time, but I'm trying to get better about it. But
I'm not. I've just accepted I'm not good at. If you call me, that's your best shot. But if you text me, if you get a response within a week, I'm happy.
also, I'm just like, ugh. By the end of the day, I'm so like drained. I don't want to talk to anybody, which is really sad. Because like, yeah.
But you can get into those conversations where you respond and then the other person responds, so then you have to respond, and then you just go back and forth.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get out of the conversation and you don't know how.
You can't.
Yeah. I like the conversations I have with people where I know this person's not going to be offended if I don't respond
Oh yeah.
right away. Because some people get mad or will repeatedly text you, hey, okay, respond.
Oh my.
That bothers me.
I don't
can't.
like that.
I can't.
I don't
That's
like
so
that.
draining.
It is. Yeah. I think pretty much everyone around me knows I'm so bad. It's just, I don't know. I don't like being on my phone as it is. I don't like texting. But
It's just there.
yeah.
I'm good throughout the day. It's at night. When I go to bed, it fucks me up every single time. I'll start scrolling for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes, and then an hour.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bed at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Yeah, you
and
can't
you
sleep
do-
and
you
you get
didn't-
on your phone.
Yeah, and you didn't achieve anything. I couldn't tell you what I just scrolled through.
ASMR.
Yeah. Is that your thing?
No, I mean, kind of. But
That's the noises, right?
yeah.
You're like breathing into the mic or like scratching the mic or something.
Yeah.
What is
It's
it?
different.
What is
I
it
don't know.
about that? You just
It's
like
so
the noises?
relaxing. There's like certain noises. It's just like, oh, like calms my mind. And it's just like, I close my eyes. I'm like, yes, this is satisfying. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you'll like it, but like when people like play with your hair and like just, it just like kind of like,
It's calming.
yeah, that's
And that's how you feel
yeah.
about the noises?
Yeah.
What are you listening? Do you have something in particular
No.
that you go to? No,
No.
a little bit of everything.
There's just I'm just scrolling. I'm like, oh, okay. There's nothing specific. You should try it.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird though.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get. I've seen like 3, and each time I'm.
It's weird when
scrolling
like
by.
somebody's like, the camera's like right here, and they're like talking to the microphone, like they're talking to you. And that's uncomfortable.
Or
I don't
somebody's
like that.
just chewing, eating cereal.
Yeah.
There was one I saw of that, and I did not get it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The ones
I don't
that
know.
get me, it'll be some guy in the middle of the jungle building
I
a house.
love those.
Yeah, it'll be
Actually-
2 a.m, and I'll just be watching this guy build
I love those.
a little swimming pool for himself, or a little hut,
We
or catching a catfish. That's
it's
what
so
fucks
oh my god,
me every
those
time.
are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The other was it last weekend or something. Kaz and Maria ended up staying over, and I woke up and I go downstairs and that's just playing on the TV. I'm like, what? Okay. And then we sat there for hours watching that. Like, and we're like scrolling through, okay, well, let's watch this one. Okay, let's, like, It's very entertaining.
It is, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
But what does that do for you?
Nothing.
Exactly. I'm not
Nothing.
out in the jungle building my own house.
Yeah.
Taking notes.
Inspiration.
Yeah. It's just the time suck.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good sometimes, I guess. I just, personally, I feel like I'm wasting so much time
Of your
with
day.
it. Yeah. And I recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part. Is having that self-discipline to say, okay,
It's time to get
we're
up.
done. We're done.
Yeah. That's me. It's usually me. If I spend all day at home, like on the couch, it's like, okay, by the end of the night, I'm like, I can't go to sleep. My body's like restless. I need to get up and move and do something. And then I end up staying up later, and
It's a cycle.
it's a cycle. Mm-hmm.
Start watching all those ASMR
Yeah.
videos.
Or people catching those catfish and with like the toothpaste or something in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just a little hole and he squirts it.
Yeah.
Or I saw one, he started cracking eggs over the holes and then they
and
pop
like soda or something.
Yeah,
I'm
what
like,
is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we Googled it and they make so much money.
I'm not surprised. They always have millions of views.
Yeah. I'm like, who just sits there and is watching this? Me, I guess, but
I watched this video of this guy explaining something about decking, building a deck, but the deck was already built, so he was just talking about it was this tape that he used in between the beams that he ran and the actual decking that he put on top, and it had like, I don't know, 2 million views. He's just talking about decking, and I'm sitting here like, who is watching this?
But then you're sucked in and watching it yourself. And it's like, okay, wow, this is so stupid.
I really need to know about this decking.
Yeah. It sucks you in.
I think that's how the metaverse is going to be. Is we're all just going to get sucked in. And then
it's all about technology. It sucks. It's like that. Oh God, what is that movie?
Ready Player One.
That scares me. But I'm thinking about Wall-E. Is it Wall-E?
Yeah.
Like all those fat people are.
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah.
That's gonna be us.
That's where we're going.
That's gonna be us.
But Ready Player One. Oh my God.
That freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is equally as possible. Dustin was actually talking about Wall-E last time he was on too.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember. I think we were talking about the slums in India maybe, and that came up. But same line of thinking. He was just saying, you know, I see this is where we're gonna end up. People are just fat, sitting in these chairs, having these robots do everything for them.
People are giving their children phones and tablets. It's like, that's not gonna make them want to go outside. They're just gonna get fat and
the tablet right in their freaking face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want that for my kids.
No. I was talking to Kaz about it. I was telling him I could not imagine trying to raise a kid right now. Just with everything going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How scary. But they're doing it.
Yeah. They're crushing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems so crazy, but when is a good time, right? The world's not exactly
Yeah, I know. People
peaceful.
Are always like, oh yeah, when I'm ready.
Yeah, when does that come around?
I feel like it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like most people are just accidents.
Yeah. Yeah, I would buy that. And then they just make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what's happening now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless they don't want it to, but
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about Texas.
the
abortion thing.
Yeah.
Which is wild that is still a thing. He's gonna outlaw abortion.
It's like it's just gonna make it unsafe. There's gonna be more.
It's not gonna stop people.
No. It's just gonna make it so unsafe, and that scares me for those women. And
yeah, what are we gonna go back to the coat hanger thing?
Yeah,
that's what we need.
I hate that. And it's like, you're not gonna. If I have this child, are you gonna raise it? Are you gonna support it? No. So don't tell me what to do with it. Like, I'm not gonna suffer with the kid just so that you can be happy. You don't even know us. How is me and
How does
this
that affect your
child,
life?
yeah, affecting you? I don't like it.
That's my one big gripe about Texas. I like their stance on guns. I think that's cool. Personal freedom, great. And then the personal freedom for some reason ends when it comes to abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't actually get a choice at this
Mm-hmm.
point. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's no perfect state, which kind of sucks. Every state has its trade-offs.
Yeah.
California's really nice. It's really pretty. But you've got a ridiculous homeless problem. You got crazy high taxes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Texas has that, but they also have great gun laws and all this other stuff. It's hot as shit down there.
You're super into guns.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I like guns, and I feel like if as long as you're not hurting anybody, you should pretty much be able to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I think I like the idea of Texas so much because of California's ridiculous stance on guns. It's just too far.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I always go back to is that 10-round magazine ban. You can only have 10 rounds,
Yeah.
which
Well, Nevada also has, I mean,
does Nevada have a limit?
I don't think so.
Oh, Nevada's got really good gun laws.
Too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I thought so. Yeah.
I thought about living in Vegas for a while. I almost went to school in Vegas. My parents shut that shit down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I remember talking to them about it. I applied, I got in, and we were talking about it. And they made a very valid point that if I went there, my education would have been hampered by everything around it.
Imagine
and
that.
I was like, yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense. But yeah, they have really good gun laws.
Yeah.
California's just so anti-gun.
Mm-hmm.
Which I get because we've got a lot of school shootings.
Yeah,
But
but I don't think it's just in California. I mean, I feel like that just happens everywhere. Like, I don't know. California is just overrated. I think so, in my opinion. So I just kind of want to move.
Where would you go?
It's so overpopulated too.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like being around too many people, and I don't know where I would go. Thought about Idaho.
Idaho seems nice.
And Texas. I really want to move to Hawaii, but
Hawaii's expensive
that's
too. Hawaii's crazy.
Oh gosh.
I think it'd be so much fun though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go there. I don't know, but yeah, Texas and Idaho. I don't know why. Those two is. Yeah. I thought about Montana for a second.
I like the idea of Montana because of the hunting out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be nice.
Yeah. It's just so beautiful out there.
Have you been to Montana?
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We, for a half a second, we, dipped into it and then came back down. Going through Yellowstone.
How was Yellowstone?
Oh.
That's on my bucket list.
I love it. Yes. Highly recommend. It's one of my favorite places. I love it. I thought about, my dream was to be a park ranger there. But I think it's really hard to do that, to get in. Because everyone wants to do it. So.
I met a girl who wants to be a park ranger and is unable to currently because she did coke or something, and you can't do coke within 5 years of 5 or 10 years of trying to be a park ranger.
Wow.
Which,
I mean, that's fair, but
yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
that seems
that's
weird.
Kind of a random.
Yeah, for a park ranger, I could understand if you were going into fish and game or an FBI job.
How would they know?
But park ranger, I I don't remember her whole story. I think she might have gotten caught like it was on the record or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they obviously had access to that and told her, "No, you have to wait." I think it's 5 years, which seems arbitrary.
That's
5 years
yeah,
for
that's
a little cocaine.
yeah, for one night.
Yeah, one night you went a little too crazy, but
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about that, but then the thought of being out in the woods by myself, it's kind of spooky, especially
Do
around
park rangers
here.
get guns? Do
I
they get to
don't
carry? I don't
think
know.
so. I don't know. Maybe in
Seems like
certain
they, yeah.
places.
It seems like if you're out, like in, well, I don't know.
I don't know. They might. I think taser. Like
Yeah, but that's not gonna
that's
stop
not
a
gonna do
bear.
anything. Yeah, they got
Try to
like
tase
those
you. Try to tase
bear
a bear.
sprays.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd hang my head on that.
Yeah.
I wonder how effective those actually are, because you always hear stories of people.
Tasers?
No, bear spray.
Oh.
Spraying a bear and then they still get mauled.
Yeah, I don't know. I think while we were in Yellowstone, one of the park rangers, we were talking to them, and I can't remember what he was saying, but he was saying something about that. They all highly suggest if you're going out to wander around, take some bear spray with you. Which I guess, but I don't know. I don't know how well that works.
I prefer a gun.
I don't want to be that close to a bear in the
Yeah,
first
to
place.
find
So
out. Yeah. No.
yeah.
I wonder how many park rangers are actually getting mauled by animals. I feel like that's not a common story.
I don't know. I know a lot of people do, especially a lot of people in Yellowstone too.
I watched this video of this little girl getting jacked by a buffalo.
Bison. Oh.
Yeah, or bison. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it, boop.
Yeah. I didn't know that they jump so high. They do.
And they can move when they want to.
Yeah.
They seem
stubby little legs.
Yeah, they seem like they would not be fast, but
Yeah.
they can get up and go.
They can. Yeah, and they're huge too. When you're right there next to them, it's like, oh.
So did you guys drive through and kind
Mhm.
of check everything out?
Mhm.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
How long were you there for? Couple days.
The first time we went, we camped, which is definitely the way to do it. Yeah, like a few days. Like a weekend or like a long weekend. Yeah. And then I think the second time we went was I think we just stayed in Cody and drove into the park.
Okay.
Every day, which is fine, but it's a lot of driving and you lose a lot of time that way, but it's a very pretty drive.
I went to Yosemite with my parents, and that was crazy.
I want to go there.
Yeah, that was really beautiful.
It's like, what, 8 hours from here? Something like that.
I don't know.
I feel like it is. I feel like I've looked it up so many times. I really want to go, but I just want to travel to all the little state parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
I think so too. Have like a little map and just go.
Check them all off.
Yeah. How much fun. But yeah, Yellowstone is so much fun. We should make
That's
a trip.
on my bucket list,
We
yeah.
should make a trip.
We gotta get the whole crew. We could just rent a giant motorhome and all drive.
Oh my god, how much fun.
That would be insane.
That would be crazy. I don't know that I trust anybody enough to
Yeah,
have
who
them
would
drive
that? My money would not be on Kaz.
Oh.
Sorry, buddy. I don't know.
I don't know. We could get there pretty fast.
Yeah, we would get... The question would be, in how many pieces would we get there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who would drive that.
I don't know.
I don't know who we would trust to drive that. Start floating around on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be so much fun, though. Gotta make a trip.
Yeah. We'll use the funds from our sketches to pay
Yes,
for
there
it
you go.
when they blow up.
There you go. We can make sketches
Blow up on
in the
TikTok.
RV.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Things like that. Just doing fun things in the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
That seems important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. It's like having a job. It's like you can't just up and go.
Because you got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I asked for we're going to Seattle in June, and I asked for a week off, and it's like, I mean, I got it, but it's like having to ask for it. It's like I feel like a kid. Can I please
Hey,
have
can I do
permission?
that? Yeah.
I'm like, and just the fact that they could say no is just like crazy to me.
Even just a sick day.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not feeling well. I
Yeah.
need to
The
call out.
guilt trip that you get is ridiculous.
And the power trip of them just being able to say no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then even just wanting to use like your sick time, which is offered to you, and be like, okay. It's like so annoying. You gotta make the skits and just get famous off of that.
we're gonna blow up on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really gotta do that. We should just try to make one and see how it goes. I think that'd just be a fun thing to do.
I think so. I mean, I think we could do it. I think we're pretty fun.
we gotta get everybody on board. What is Braden doing? Is he still streaming? I think Kaz is still a little bit, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think I asked him the other night. I was like, "Have you been streaming?" Because I think I went on his Twitch and it said like the last one was like from 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know. So I was like, "Are you still doing that?" Yeah, and I think that's what it is. And I was like, "What are you?" He's like, "No, I haven't." I was like, "Oh, too busy with the NFTs, I guess."
All consuming.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Coming up with new hobbies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he really likes it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's still doing that or not. But yeah, I mean, people can make good money off of that too. But you got to be so consistent with
That's
it.
the problem. Is that consistency aspect.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I can't get in a routine. I'm so like, I don't want to do this tonight. Like I would love to meal prep every week, you know. But I'm like, I ate that last night. I can't do that again.
Yeah. I recently really started taking a hard look at my diet and meal prepping and stuff.
Are you meal prepping?
Basically all I eat is quinoa, olive oil, and a meat. Like bison or chicken or ground beef.
How do you do that? Oh my god.
The quinoa was a big game changer for me. I used to just do rice, but I would get so bored of rice. Quinoa's really good. I really do like the quinoa.
I think you can do a lot with it too though. But
I think for me it was just the realization I don't know, I'm still fucking up. I had lasagna last night and felt like shit. Felt like shit all day. Or not last night, the night before. And just felt like shit all the next day. And I think that's what's starting to make me kind of lean more into the meal prepping because it's just not. I'm just tired of it. I enjoy it for those 30 seconds when I'm eating or doing pasta or whatever, and the next day it's just not good.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel. Like, I can't tell you the last time we had like fast food, but every time we do, I'm just like, ooh,
and I'm instantly tired.
So sick. Yeah. It makes me feel so sick and nauseous, and I'm like, why do I do this? I don't have a very good relationship with food though anyways, but I don't know. I don't eat enough. What I do eat is junk food, which is so bad. So, but I try to meal prep, and it just, I don't know. Like I said, I get in moods. I can't do it.
Doing like little spurts.
I know, I tried. I'm like, maybe I'll just do like a few. No. I get grossed out just eating my leftovers. Because it's the same thing as last night.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I kind of like it now. And this is, I mean, really recently. We're talking the past 2 weeks. I've really kind of started leaning into it just because I'm so tired of noticing that when I do eat well like that, I can do well in the gym. And then when you eat shitty, you don't perform as well. And I'm just so tired of going back and forth. I'm just so
It's all a mindset
exhausted.
thing for me. Like,
if I don't have something meal prepped and I come home and I'm hungry, it's
whatever.
It's balls to the wall.
Yeah.
I could be eating sugar cookies for dinner. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
That's literally. Yeah. I just couldn't do it. I don't know. Also, I don't know. I can't cook. I want to learn how to cook. I'm just not. I don't know. Not a very good cook.
Mm-hmm. I can do quinoa and burgers.
That's
kind of the
enough,
extent.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for whatever hot sauce has been my saving grace. I literally put sriracha or tapatio on every meal I eat now. And for whatever reason that I don't know
Makes
if
it
it's just
better.
like a psychosomatic thing where
Mhm.
I can deal with that because it's hot and it just overloads my senses or whatever.
Mhm.
But that seemed to help me with the meal prepping because even though I'm eating the same thing, that
Spice it up.
yeah,
With more.
it just helps in a weird way. That and I think the olive oil thing has been helping me.
The olive oil.
Yeah, I put olive oil. I'll douse. So I'll meal prep those meals into
Mhm.
portion sizes
Mhm.
and douse douse it all with half an ounce of olive oil every meal.
Like a dressing?
Yeah,
Or
just right over the quinoa and the meat or whatever I have with it. And yeah,
just
it's
eating
good. It's
straight olive oil?
yeah. It's not as good. I've been putting it in my smoothies too. That's not as good. That feels not as good.
Hmm.
I did this butter coffee for a while, and it kind of feels like that. Like you feel greasy in a weird
Yeah.
kind of way.
What is it? Yeah, the butter coffee. It looks really good though. But
And
yeah, I
I
don't
just felt
imagine.
greasy all day.
Mm-hmm.
It was not good. That's kind of
Mhm.
how I feel when I do it in the smoothies too.
Hmm.
And it doesn't really blend as well, so it's,
I don't imagine it
that's
would.
not as
Yeah.
good. Yeah. What do you normally when you do meal prep? What do you do on?
I don't meal prep. That's
Oh,
the thing. I want
okay.
to, but I just can't get myself to do it.
Yeah, it's hard getting into it,
But yeah.
and it's hard sticking with it.
Yeah. I think I did for like a half a second, or I told myself I was going to. And I think it was just rice and chicken. I just don't like red meat.
Oh yeah.
So I just can't. Yeah. It's always chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Always chicken. So I'm like, it's boring. But yeah, rice and chicken. But I just couldn't do it. I get bored. I
Yeah.
get bored so easily with anything though, so.
And it's time consuming to actually meal prep for a couple days or for a
Mm-hmm.
week. It takes a full day or 6
Yeah,
hours.
to make everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's expensive too, like getting all that meat and doing all of that. Like rice is pretty cheap, but meat is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that kind of money.
That's crazy, especially if that's a staple in every part of your meal now.
Mm-hmm.
That adds up pretty quick.
But yeah, and some people do like seafood, and that's pricey.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm not putting salmon in my meal prep. Yeah,
Getting
even the
fancy.
quinoa, I gotta start. I found it on Amazon. Like it's $63 for 25 pounds. That's what I'm gonna buy because I've been buying it from Safeway and it's $25 for 4 pounds, which barely. I don't even think that lasts me a week.
Have you tried Costco?
Oh, that might be a good call. I wonder if Costco has quinoa.
Yeah, or
They would
is
have
that
bulk.
place like Cash and Carry?
Oh, I should call them and see if they have that.
Yeah.
It would definitely be cheaper than Safeway. Well,
Oh.
I couldn't find it at Winco. They only have small boxes for an insane amount. They didn't have anything.
I feel like I went to Costco and I found like a good bag.
I'm gonna have to check that out because it's $25 for 4 pounds is
That's
ridiculous.
a lot.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy expensive.
Yeah. Well, gotta start meal prep. You can make your own cookbook.
Yeah. I cannot cook that well. Quinoa's nice because it's like rice and you just boil it for 20 minutes on low.
It smells so good too all the time. Just by itself, it's so aromatic.
With some
Couscous is
hot
good too.
sauce. What?
Couscous.
I have not tried that.
Oh. I think it's like I don't know. Is it a grain? I don't know what it is. But
I've
they're
never
like
heard of
little
it.
tiny, they puff up and they're like these white little ball.
Couscous?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
I really got into sweet potatoes too.
Oh,
Those are amazing. I found this recipe where you douse them in olive oil and then you bake them for 30 minutes and they taste like lemon bars. I don't know why. I tried to tell my parents, and I could not figure out why. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but they taste
Like
like
that's a
lemon
thing that they
bars.
taste like lemon bars? That's what you make up? Or it just tastes up
I
to
think
you?
they did. I think they taste like lemon bars the way they're cooked that way.
Uh-huh.
Nobody else has tried them, so I don't have anybody else to get feedback off of. I think they taste like lemon
I have
bars.
to try that.
Yeah, it's really rich. You bake it at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. You dice them up into like thin little slices or like decent half-inch slices. Coat them in olive oil, put them in a little bowl and mix it all together, and then you bake them, and they're so good. They're a little crispy on one side. I line the pan with, tin foil and or aluminum foil, and it's like crack. It is ridiculous. I could live off sweet potatoes if I had to, for sure.
And olive oil.
And olive oil, that is a new staple in my diet. Yeah. Yeah, olive oil. Because I wasn't getting enough fat eating, turkey or anything. So I started doing olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Air fryers. Air fryers
We
is where it's at.
got one for my mom for her birthday, and I just don't know enough about it to really cook anything in it.
You just put your sweet potatoes in there.
I could do that, huh?
Yeah.
I should try that next time.
We got an air fryer, and I love it. I put everything in there. Everything.
I gotta start doing that. I want to make chicken wings in that thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You should.
Are you putting oil on anything? No.
Mm-mm.
Put it in there.
Yeah, everything. At least everything we make, it's just you just put them in straight. I think some people like spray them with something, but you don't have to. I think that's like the whole point of it is that you're not using
oil.
Yeah.
I gotta get it. I gotta learn how to cook too. That's my next big thing.
Take some cooking lessons. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about doing culinary school for a second there. Because I thought that would be fun. So I don't know, I like the thought of being in the kitchen and cooking and baking.
Until you're actually in the kitchen.
And then I get there and I'm like, I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My repertoire of cooking it's not great. If it's on the barbecue, I do fairly well. But outside of that, and even on the barbecue, it's pretty limited. I can make burgers. I got burgers down. Steak, it's 50-50 shot. Turns out good. I've made some really rare steaks that I had to choke down.
No.
Not great. And then everything else, it's...
You gotta get cookbooks.
Yeah.
I have so many cookbooks. But then they're so overwhelming.
Yeah, and I don't use them. That's the problem. My mom has a ton. And I'll look through them sometimes and then realize, I'm not going to do this.
Ooh, this looks good. But then it's like, geez, that's so much work.
And you have to get all these ingredients that
you don't
nobody
even have.
has.
Yeah.
Like, 2 tablespoons of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Where do I get that? What is that? Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah.
That's what we can do one of our skits. We'll
That's not going to be a good skit. Whole place is going to catch on fire. Yeah.
That would be fun, actually. Trying a bunch of recipes.
There's this girl, I don't follow her on Instagram, but I come across her videos a lot and I like them. She calls it her OnlyPans show, and it's a cooking show she does, but it's like semi-sexual. She's cracking jokes as she's cooking. Oh, I love those videos. Those are so cool.
They're so funny. Yes, I watched.
She's a crack up. I can't think of her name.
She just like comes up with all these recipes off the top of their head.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you do
that? And the food looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I aspire to be like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be good on a cooking show like that.
No.
I'd start burning stuff and then it'd go sideways too fast.
Yeah. Or like that baking show, what is it called? What is it called? Nailed It?
Oh, is that on Netflix?
Yes. Oh, love it.
I've seen that. I think I've come across it. I don't think I've watched it.
Yes, I love it. It's, people that don't know how to really bake.
Baking
And making all these, like, beautiful cakes. And then they attempt it and it's terrible.
Yeah, that would be me.
But that would be so much fun.
Yeah. I wish I knew how to cook. Like, actually cook.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to go through all the time it would take to actually learn at the same time.
Yeah. It's like people, I don't know. I feel like I'm not too familiarized with all the seasonings, and they intimidate me.
Oh yeah, if we get into spices,
That's
I'm
intimidating.
lost. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just put a little salt and pepper. That's good.
Yep. I think that's another reason why I'm leaning into the meal prepping thing is then you only have to know how to cook 2 things.
That's
and
true.
You're fine.
That's true.
I don't have to figure out, how am I going to cook up this thing for dinner?
Don't you like get burnt out of it?
When I was doing rice and other things, yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it for a couple days and then I fall off and then I do it for a couple days. But doing it with quinoa and the protein that I've been doing seems to be, I really think it's something to do with the hot sauce. But it's been working so far.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
You've inspired me.
Yeah, it's if you do quinoa, you just have to rinse it before. You have to rinse it under cold water for just a brief time because there's some coating on quinoa that the plant naturally produces that's if you eat it with it, it just tastes bitter. And they say that you're not going to like it, so you rinse it. Yeah. It's got that on the packaging. They say, yeah, make sure you rinse it. And I've read a bunch of articles. I was like, why do you have to rinse it? And they talk about some coating that they have on it.
Oh, that's good to know.
But it's good. I really like the quinoa.
Yeah.
And it's more nutritious than rice.
Yeah, quinoa is very good. I think we had something with quinoa in it, and I went out and I bought a giant thing of quinoa, and it's just sitting there.
Yep.
It hasn't been touched the whole time. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going
to start making all these quinoa recipes.
Yeah, and no. So maybe I'll have to try it. And your sweet potato lemon bars.
The sweet potatoes are so good. I think I'm allergic to something. I haven't quite figured out what it is. I don't know.
From your sweet potatoes?
No, like dairy or gluten. And so that's kind of been forcing my hand to with this whole meal prepping thing.
I feel like lately I've like lactose intolerant has been kicking in.
Most people actually are. I don't remember what the percentage is, but I was reading an article about it that said a lot of people actually are lactose intolerant and they just don't know. And are just eating it and living with.
Well, because after a certain time, they all say like drink milk for calcium, but after it doesn't do anything. And it's actually not all that good for you to do. So.
If I do any dairy, I can kind of get by with cheese, kind of. But if I do a milkshake or straight milk, I'm done for. For a solid 2-3 days, I'm not in a good spot.
Milkshakes for sure, Gary.
But they're so good.
They're so good.
I went to Fresh Freeze a couple weeks ago.
An Oreo milkshake.
Oh my god, that's my go-to. And the problem is it's so good while you're drinking it, and then I feel so shit. I instantly am tired. I instantly have to take a nap, and then the next solid 2 days, I just do not. I feel off. It's so good. I keep going back. I can't go to Fresh Freeze anymore because I have to get one.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to Fresh Freeze in forever, actually.
It's so expensive.
They are.
It's so
oh my
expensive.
God, they're so expensive.
And their sizes, I feel like every time I go there, their sizes get smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going there like in high school and we're like, oh yeah. Like, how did we afford this?
I don't know. Yeah. And their sizes are probably half what they were when we were in high school,
That's true, yeah.
They actually have, I got their chicken strips a couple months ago and they were
Those
actually
are pretty good.
Pretty legit.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But they're still expensive.
Oh yeah, everything on that menu is expensive.
Yeah.
The burgers are, I don't know, $13-$14, which is kind of crazy.
I'll just go to In-N-Out.
Yeah. Yeah, In-N-Out's my go-to.
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we finally.
Those I'll do a 4x4 and get 2 animal fries and then just sit there like a psychopath and go to town.
That's a lot of food.
Thanks to Cass. Cass turned me onto that freaking 4. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was cool with a double-double.
I think you can get as many as you want.
No, I don't need to know that. I don't need that in my life. Stop at 4.
You could do a 5.
Yeah, I could just die. I could have a heart
That's
attack.
so much meat.
No, it's so good though. It is so good. Yeah, I used to just do a double, and that I was cool. And then I went there with Kaz. I think I went there with Kaz and Dustin and Maria. I think the four of us went.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaz was telling me, "Oh, you got to try this 4x4. It's insane." And I was like,
It's
"What is
dangerous.
that?" Yeah, that shit can't be good for you, but it tastes really good.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I try to justify it. Sometimes I'll get protein style where they wrap it in lettuce, but it's still four
It's
patties
still 4
smothered in
patties.
cheese. Yeah, and it's got their secret sauce, and then it's just got this sad little lettuce wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wilted and gross.
Yeah.
You should probably end up just throwing it out.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's
feel
gross.
worse. I'm like, I should have just got the bun because this burger looks sad now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
So good. So good.
No.
They don't have Oreo milkshakes though.
No.
I'm not too crazy about their milkshakes.
Yeah, I don't normally get them.
Mm.
I just do the burger and animal fries.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad. The vanilla one's not bad.
They're not bad. I don't know.
Needs a little something. An Oreo milkshake would be perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Those are the best. They're so simple, but so good.
Just liquid sugar.
Oh my! I love it. Give it to me. Give it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hitting this point, I think, in my life where I'm just coming to terms with the idea that it's just not worth it for me anymore.
The sugar.
Yeah. Just feeling like shit the next day.
Yeah.
But I say that, and like if there was a pizza in front of me, I would happily kill it. The whole thing, and be totally okay.
Self-control.
Yeah.
I have 0.
Yeah. If it's in front of me, we have a problem. Bread's my worst one.
Oh my god.
Bread with some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Oh my god.
Fluffy and buttery and.
I don't need dinner. I'll just eat. I'm cool with the bread. I could just sit there all night. Especially Texas Roadhouse. Have you ever had their?
No.
They've got this
I
cinnamon
haven't.
butter. Oh my god.
On their little
It's
buns.
crack. It's liquid crack.
Now I need to go.
Yeah. It's not good. It's so not good. Me and my sister will just scarf down loaf after loaf. Just go to town.
Every once in a while, it's not bad.
No, that's the thing. Moderation is good. I just don't like how I feel after it.
Right.
And I'm struggling with the whole mentality of, I want it right now, but I don't want to feel how I'm going to feel when it's done.
Mm-hmm. That's good, though. I mean, at least you have that.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
That's more than.
I think once a week for me would be good. Have a cheat day once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And just.
For like the whole day?
Yeah. It would probably be the whole day. If I'm going to start, I'm going to. That's how it usually is for me. If I fall off the meal prep wagon, it's not just one meal, it's the rest of the day.
Yeah. See, that's what's so hard for me. I can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ugh, I just think about. I'm like, oh yes, that tastes so good. I want more. It's like the same thing with the spending money. I'm like,
once you got the wheels rolling. You can't pump the brakes. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it is. That sounds good though.
I know. I'm thinking about that Texas Roadhouse, that bread. I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to go home and stop. I actually meal prepped a little bit today. I did the chicken and I did my quinoa. I'm probably gonna make those sweet potatoes tonight.
Oh.
I think the moderation thing is the key. Because if you give yourself a little cheat day, then you're not psyching yourself out the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't fall off as hard.
I saw this thing of Dwayne Johnson. Right? That's his name.
Oh, for his cheat day? Ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're talking 3-4 pizzas, a whole plate of sushi.
Yeah, I've seen like
pancakes. Yeah, they're just stacked.
Stacks. I'm like, how does one person?
That guy's got to eat so much food.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just goes to town. Probably knocked out for the next 24 hours and then just back at it.
I know. I want to meet him. Like,
He's
I want to
what,
see like how
6'5", 6'6"?
something like
He's
that.
yeah. Big. That guy's freaking shredded.
Yeah, he is.
Ridiculously shredded.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like him. I don't know.
He's a good actor. I like
I
him.
think so.
Yeah.
I really enjoy his movies. We went through a phase where all we wanted to watch were his movies. It was good.
I watched that Jungle Book movie he did.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
And then Red Notice.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
That was good.
I like that one.
I didn't anticipate the ending for that.
Yeah.
With him and that girl.
Yeah, that was wild.
Coming. Yeah.
It was good. I really liked that movie.
Ryan Reynolds is a good actor too.
Yeah.
I did not really care for that Free Guy movie though. That was a little. It's all right.
I don't know what movie that is.
There's this guy in this video game and it's an AI thing that gets out of control. Not crazy good. I want to see that new Matrix movie that's out now. Keanu Reeves. That's my guy.
I've heard good things about him. I don't really watch movies like that. I feel like, I don't know, back in the day, like in high school and middle school, you're like, oh my god, let's go to the movie theater.
I don't remember the last time I went to the movie theater. Yeah.
Can't either. I wouldn't go now. It's kind of gross in there.
And you have to sit through the whole movie with your mask on? I wonder how that plays out.
Right? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what we watched, but I think we went while COVID was still
going on.
Yeah. And yeah, I think you have to wear your mask the whole time.
Yeah, no thanks. But are they really going to know if you're sitting in the back and the lights are low?
There were only 5 people in the theater though, so it's like,
come on.
I'm just going to take it off. Yeah. Those were fun days though. Just going to go watch a scary movie.
Trying to sneak into another one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Sneaking all the food in and...
Yeah, nobody's buying that food.
No.
Come on.
No. Ugh.
Yeah. Different time.
I know. I feel like it was so much simpler.
When we were kids?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Doing all the crazy things. Ugh, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, ugh.
I'm trying to figure out how I can still live my life as that kid and survive and be okay. Have money still coming in. Once this podcast blows up, I'm going to be doing some wild shit.
Yes.
Once our skit videos take off, we could just go buck wild. Yeah.
You gotta do your podcast on the go. That way you can do all the crazy things.
I gotta figure something out. That's where I'm at. Figure out how to have income coming in without being tethered to anything.
You could... I don't know. I feel like the time would be... for you to do that would be now. Since you're still with your parents. You have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Stay. You could always get a van like you said you wanted to. And get it all prepped and ready, and then you can just go wherever. Obviously, figure out a situation for that. But
that's the problem, is the whole work thing always gets in the way. Yeah. We'll see. I got some things cooking. I don't have anything cooking, actually. Yeah. The podcast. I'm trying to focus on just the podcast, because if I start spreading myself too thin,
it's overwhelming.
Yeah. And then you don't achieve anything, and it's not good.
Yeah. How long? Well, you said you were trying to find a place, so you were.
I think January. I'll move out, and maybe stay here. I don't know. I think by the end of next year, I would like to be out of Eureka.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could make it one more year if that's how it plays out. But I don't feel like there's a whole lot here for me at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't want to wake up 20 years from now and still be
here.
yeah.
Yeah. This place
The
like
thought of
traps
that's
you.
That's what I tell people.
And it's so I don't like
You can get sucked in.
Yeah. I guess it's like how it is for everybody in their like hometowns, but it's like
Scares
you're
the
always trying to
fuck
get
out
out.
of me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This place isn't like the area is great, whatever, but the place itself just sucks. Sucks. There's so many homeless people. There's so many downsides. I don't like it. I just want to get out, go somewhere, anywhere, explore.
How does Braden feel? Is he ready to get out too?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Likes it here.
I don't necessarily think he likes it, but I also don't think he has I don't think he cares. Whereas I'm like, I need to go. I want to go. And he's just like,
Cool either way.
Well, I don't think he's more realistic about like how.
How are we going to afford this?
Yeah. Where I'm just like, figure it out as we go. But I just want to go. I want to go. I was so ready to go a few years ago. I was looking at places in Idaho. I'm ready to go. And then I really sat down and I thought about it. I was like, how am I actually going to do this? I can sell all my things. That's fine. But I don't know. One day I'll move away from here. I just want to explore. I want to experience different places and do different things. I feel like there's nothing left here. I've been everywhere, done everything I could. There's nothing exciting here.
And there's just more out there than Eureka.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we live in this little tiny place. It's like, look, this whole world we could explore.
Yeah, it seems crazy to spend your life in just one spot.
Yeah, I know. I like look at my parents. I'm like, wow, you've really been here for years. Like, and this is like where you're choosing to settle down and like.
It is beautiful.
Fine.
I get that. It is beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. And obviously at that age, like, you're not going to want to get up and start over and whatnot. But I'm like, I'm ready for that.
And I feel as though at our age, there's not a whole lot for people like us to do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. There's like nothing, the bars. That's it. I mean, you could do outdoors.
The one bar. It's like 707.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Shanty's up there too.
Oh my God, that place is sketchy. But
I went there for the first time a couple weeks ago with Angel and her boyfriend. They took me. I liked it. I don't know if I'd go hang out there just me. If I was gonna go, just grab a beer. I don't know if that would be my spot.
It's all right. I think the times that I've gone, it was just sketchy.
Little sus.
I think also being a girl and going there is just
different.
We
had this one couple stop and sit down with us, and I thought they knew Angel or her boyfriend, so it was yeah, come sit down. No, they were just wasted, and we're looking to bum a cigarette off of somebody, and they sat down with us and talked with us for probably 10 minutes, and it was a weird dynamic. The girl, it was weird. It was really weird, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, this is not the situation I need to be in right now. Yeah, it was interesting.
They're pretty interesting people that go there. That and the Pearl. That place. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just going to catch some sort of disease just walking by. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah. I went there one time with Tristan and Bree when they came down to visit, and this older guy, he's probably in his 40s or 50s, was trying to give me relationship advice out of the blue. And I remember it was like, I had to get the fuck out of there.
There is, at least every time that I've gone there, there's this little old man. I swear, he's like this big. And he's so frail looking. He's so old. And he's just out there doing his thing, dancing away. But he is so creepy.
Just by himself.
He is so creepy. Yeah. He will, like, just try to get in. And I'm like, oh, okay. No. Like, what are you doing, first of all? Yeah.
Yeah, there's some interesting people.
Yeah. I don't like it. Yeah. There aren't any, like, fun bars. Like, the 77. But then when you go there, it's like you see...
High school reunion.
I'm like, I'm not into this. I don't care to see you guys. I think that's my thing about wanting to move is, like, I didn't really care for the people I went to school with. So I'm like, I just want to go. I don't care to see you guys ever again. That's really mean, but, like...
Start somewhere new.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I just think it would be so much fun, too. Just, like, even, like, just starting a job, like, a new job. I'm like, I love meeting new people, making new friends, and, like, creating this little bubble of friends. I don't know. I just think it's fun meeting people. I'm like, I want to do that somewhere different.
Yeah. Somewhere outside of your
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting people. Idaho or Texas.
I think Texas would be cool.
I think so too. Although my friend was living there for a little bit, and he did not like it at all.
Where was he?
Houston. I can't remember where exactly he was, but he said he will never go back there ever again. I was like,
Did you say why? Just not.
Yeah,
his
I just can't
place.
remember, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he just didn't like it at all. I'm like,
Well, everything's subjective, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Medford. I went there for my sister's birthday, and I really liked Medford. I really liked it. It was beautiful. We were in Gold Hill area, and then went into Medford a couple times to go see haunted houses. And I thought I really liked it. And I was telling a buddy, and he was like, Medford's a shithole. You do not want to go to Medford. I didn't know that. I was like,
What's the thing? It's cool. Like you visit a place and you're like, oh my God, infatuated with it.
And how much of that is you just seeing that for the first time, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like once you actually live there, it's like
kind of a different story.
Yeah. It's like, when people, I don't know, people move here from out of town and they're like, oh my God, this is the greatest place. But then it's like when you've been here for your whole life, you're like, why? Gross.
Yeah,
but
give
it's
it a few more months.
But it's a new thing for them. So I don't know. But I want that.
No,
I want that feeling.
Yeah. Of just being somewhere new.
Yeah.
And experiencing new things, and yeah. I think a lot of that probably does stem from it just being your hometown, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's good to get out of what you know.
Yeah.
And try to find something new.
Mm-hmm. Experience different things. It's like what you're just gonna live here your whole life. And like there's people out there that have never even left the state.
There are people that won't leave the county.
Yeah. Like that's crazy. I'm like, oh.
Not for me.
Mm-mm.
Not for me.
Mm-mm. I'm like, could you imagine just, I don't know. There's so much to do out there and so many places to visit. And you just want to stay in one place. I don't think so.
I drive myself insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me too. I'm like, late at night, I'm like, okay, let's look at houses. Let's look at places. Where can I move?
We're going. We're getting out of here.
What's rent here?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Just gotta be realistic. It sucks.
Yeah. I'm trying to get out of that. I want to be less realistic and start just taking some chances.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I do too. I know. I was going through a hard time a little while ago, and I was like, I just want to sell everything I own and just start over. Like, just start over. Move. Do whatever. I'm like, how much money can I get from all this? Where can I move to?
There's something weirdly romantic about doing that. Just leaving everything.
Right? Yeah. I know.
part of me thinks it would be fine to do that. Like, you'd figure it out.
Yeah.
You'd get a job. You
Yeah, I feel like you find yourself that way.
Yeah, you'd find a way to do it.
Yeah.
But then what if you're that one person that just becomes homeless? I mean, you're like, fuck, I
That's
don't
the
know what,
thing. I'm
I
like,
don't know
I
what to
don't
do.
know.
Yeah, how am I gonna get anywhere? Now I'm just living on the street. I don't have any money. I don't have any things. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you sell everything, and then you'd have to find, you know, a place to live.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm like, I need to have a place to live. I considered living out of my car for a second.
Really?
Creating like a little bed situation in the back, and just so I could travel around.
Just go.
Yeah.
There are a lot of kids that go to HSU that are living out of their cars.
I really want like a van, or
Like a little Sprinter van.
yeah, or even just like a little teardrop trailer. Like I want to build one. I just want
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You could make a video doing that. That would probably blow up.
Yeah. It just sounds like so much fun. Just taking it and just go wherever. Cuz like I want a little Sprinter van, but then it's like that can only go so many places. Whereas we're like, if you get a little trailer, you can leave it somewhere, but then that's also sketchy because you don't want to.
Somebody's jacking your
Yeah.
trailer.
Oh,
Everything
no, that's my house.
Yeah, that's all I have. Okay.
Ugh.
We're starting over again.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's expensive too, just to have that, because you have to pay.
Well, and gas.
That.
You're going to be paying a lot in gas going around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just figuring out how to afford it to start, I think.
Yeah. I know. And that's where my idea stemmed about selling all of my things.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can get a good chunk of money doing this.
And then you get going.
Yeah. Yeah. These bad thoughts in my head.
No, I get it. Especially now, with everything going on, it just seems like that would be the move. Just go out and explore. And try to figure out what you want from life.
Yeah. It's hard. Like, I don't know. Just life. It's hard being in a relationship because then it's like it's not just.
It's not just what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That plays in.
So I'm like, if then I could. But I don't know. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to do it by myself, like, you know, because it's kind of scary just driving out. I don't know, you hear all those horror stories and just these people driving off.
A lot of crazy people out there.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'd at least have to have one other person going with me for me to feel secure and safe. But
yeah, that is what kind of worries me about being tethered to things. Is then you have responsibilities. You have things that you have to account for, bills. It all adds up in one way or another.
Yeah.
A serious relationship, a long-term lease.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to avoid going into that. I want to get like a month-to-month lease so that I can go end of the month if I want.
Yeah.
Not get any. I don't want to get locked into a car payment. I don't want to get. I've already got the freaking student loans I got on my back. I'm trying not to add anything to that, so that I want to go tomorrow. I'm gonna go. That's how I'm trying to set up my life right now.
I know that's me with my car payment and then bills, and I'm like, I know you have thoughts about that, but yeah, it sucks. But
All these little traps that are set up.
Yeah.
To catch people.
And the car payment, I don't mind that one. It's the rent.
Rent's a big one.
Rent.
Rent's a big one.
For me, because the car thing, it's like, okay, at the end of this, I'm gonna have something that's mine. But rent, it's like you're blowing so much money
And for what?
for nothing, like literally nothing. You're just throwing it away so you can borrow somebody else's property. Man, this sucks. I'm like, that's so much money, like thousands of dollars every freaking.
And for what?
Yeah, it's like that's going nowhere. Like I could use that money for so many things. And that's why I'm like, oh, if I could just get like a little Sprinter van, live out of that. I could even park in front of my parents' house.
I did think. I don't think I ever told my parents this. I did think about that for a while. I think it might have been 6 months ago. I was running ideas through my head of what I could do.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, I could just buy a little RV, park it in front of the house. It's not like they could get it towed, or I hope they wouldn't get it towed, and just live out of that. I could run an extension cord from their house into my RV. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I was looking at a couple. There was one that popped out that was, I think it was like $1,500, and it was a fixer upper, but
it's
like $1,500. That's
That's
almost
good.
rent for a month. I could just live in this thing.
Literally.
But there was no shower, and I don't think it had I think it had a toilet, but it wasn't working, so I would have to fix that. And I was starting to
That's
think
the other thing that kind of, I'm like, I'm kind of icky, like grossed out about that sort of stuff. I'm like, it's just gonna sit there.
Yeah, just pulling up.
Yeah.
Just pulling up.
I don't know that, yeah. But that's the other thing too. It's like I want to get like a little Sprinter van, but it's like I'm not handy like that. I don't know. These people are like, yeah, I just YouTubed it. I'm like,
there probably are enough videos where you could
I'm sure
renovate
there are.
any renovate it any way you want and be
Yeah.
fine.
No, yeah, I'm sure there are, but I'm like, that just intimidates me.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
I'm like, oh my god. And I know myself, and I know if it just doesn't work out, I'm just gonna give up. I'm like, I hate it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I'm like, so I don't know, but that just seems like so much fun to do. Just live in a little van and just
Tour the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a bad way to spend a couple of years.
I don't think so.
A couple of years. I don't even know how long that would take. How long do people spend on the road like
I don't
that?
know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I said a couple of years, and I was like, is it a couple months?
I was gonna say probably a few months. Yeah.
Being on the road for a few years might get old.
Well, because I'm just thinking about how long it takes us to drive 3 states away. It's like 18 hours.
Yeah.
I guess depends also on like where you explore and how much time you spend there. And
I think 4 or 5 months would be decent.
yeah.
That would be enough time to see a good chunk of the country.
Yeah, I want to go like the top states and then come up.
Hit the bottom ones.
Yeah. Maybe like zigzag through so you don't miss the middle ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Just take all the pictures. That's where
With that new camera.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's finally gonna pay off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, with your podcast on the go.
Man, once this thing starts taking off, I'm out of here.
You're set.
I'm gonna start raking in my millions. I clearly just need to start posting these on TikTok.
Obviously.
That'll
and
be
your
good.
cooking.
Well, I think I'm gonna leave the cooking to you guys. That's not my forte. I think I'll just stick with this for right now. This is all I got. I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You gotta speak it into existence.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, speak it into existence. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Once we're gonna start making those, we're gonna do some sketches. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get everybody on board and we're gonna make some sketches.
No, everyone flakes.
Yeah, our group
Everyone
is so
sucks.
bad about actually the follow through. We've got the plans, and then the follow
In the
through kind
moment,
of
everyone's like,
short.
yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like those barbecues that we're supposed to do every Sunday.
We gotta do that too. Is
somebody's
that an
idea.
age thing, or are we just at the age where we all suck with?
I think we just suck.
Yeah, probably.
It's been
It's
like
probably
this
just
since high
us.
school.
It's probably just us. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
We're gonna do that. Well, now if I'm here for a little while longer, we'll have to do something.
We can all just we have to just get a big house. Everyone just
That would be pretty legit.
Right.
We just got a giant 6-bedroom house.
That would be fun. I think so. It'd be so much cheaper on rent too. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it just depends, but
yeah. We gotta talk to everybody. I don't know if everyone would go for that. Like, I mean, Dustin especially. Dustin's got a pretty sweet spot. I don't know how. I think Kaz and Maria like their spot too.
We've talked about it a few times, and they're so down.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We all hate paying rent.
Yeah.
But
it's just a suck. It just sucks up money.
Just throwing away money.
It's hard to get a freaking loan though to get a house.
To get a house? Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We went and we we're talking to people, and oh my god, it's so hard. It's so freaking hard. But
which seems weird because your rent and your mortgage payment would be pretty much the same if you bought,
if not cheaper,
$200,000-$300,000 house. Yeah, if not cheaper.
I've seen some houses out there that were like $700 for your mortgage. I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
We pay like $1,000. That's ridiculous.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rent is so crazy right now.
And it sucks too because they can just like keep upping it as if it wasn't already bad,
And people keep paying it because what are you gonna do? Not have a place to live?
Yeah. They complain that there's so many homeless people, and it's like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do about the homeless population. I've heard some people say, "Oh, it's just about affordable housing," and then others say, "Well, some people just want to be homeless."
I think so too. Yeah, I don't know. I just have so many mixed feelings about homeless people. And I feel like most of them are bad feelings towards them. Because I'm like, ugh. When I see somebody, I'm like, come on. Like, I'm 23 years old, and you're probably like in your 40s, and you're relying on me. Some can barely afford anything.
Struggling on their own, yeah.
To help you. Like, ugh, I don't know.
It's hard when you see somebody just cracked out of their mind.
Exactly.
Walking down Broadway.
Yeah.
Just losing it.
And that sucks because I know that there are people out there that are genuinely like struggling and they can't do anything about it. But those people ruin it for the other ones. The cracked out ones.
Yeah, the ones that are actually trying.
They ruin it for the other. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know.
And how much of it is trauma that they went through, and how much is just they continuously made bad choices and had no desire to change that?
Yeah. Well, there's this guy. I don't know if you've seen him. He's like he's usually at the top of the hill right before you go down to Gold Rush on, I think it's Harris.
Is it the army vet guy? Yeah, that has the van.
He's not
homeless.
He is not homeless.
Yeah,
and I don't think he's even a vet.
I've heard that too.
And because he used to go into the mall all the time, and he used to brag about all these things that he has and yada yada.
Well, that's his van.
No, yeah, that's his
like
car.
10 feet away from, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's his wife in the wheelchair.
Oh, I have not seen his wife.
That can miraculously walk every so often. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. I've not seen his wife. I've only ever seen him.
I thought it was his child, but it's his wife.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up. Pretending to be homeless is fucked up just to panhandle.
That's what I'm saying.
And pretending to be a vet is so's the wheelchair thing. If she's out walking around.
Like that one movie or show, it's like a real life story about that girl, Gypsy, I think is her name, and her mom like forced her into pretending that she was like sick and all this stuff just so that they can get all these free things. And then the daughter ended up killing the mom.
Oh.
She found out.
She thought she was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dicey.
Yeah, because her mom was like feeding her all these like meds and like had like a tube, I think, in her stomach where like.
And it was all for show.
It was, yeah. Yeah. And then she ended up finding out, and like her mom would like shave her head so that people could think, I think she had like cancer or something.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, she ended up finding out,
What?
and she got a boyfriend and all these things, and they ended up killing her mom. Yeah.
So you hear that story and you kind of understand why the daughter snapped.
Yeah.
Kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. There was a story, I can't think of the name. It was two boys, and their dad was like massaging them and molesting them, and they ended up killing the dad. And I think they went to prison for it.
I
Can't think of the name.
I
I think it's
think
on
that girl
Netflix.
went to prison too.
See, that's not good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have killed him, but
Right.
that's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up.
But
It's kind of fucked up.
yeah.
Should they be in prison for it? I don't think so. Especially if somebody is like, if a parent's molesting you or doing some
Mhm.
shit like that and you
Mhm.
kill them, I think you should be locked up.
Yeah. That's crazy. I feel
Yeah.
like our justice system is just
Broken. Completely broken.
100%. Like, I don't know too much into it, but about that in Colorado, that
The trucker.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
I've heard so many
about it, but-
conflicting reports. I heard that story and instantly thought, why does he have 110 years?
Mhm.
But then I've been hearing there was a runaway truck ramp that he could have taken, and there were these other things that he could have done but didn't. But I don't know if that's real or if that's somebody just trying to counter. It's hard to know what's real online and what's not anymore.
Right, yeah.
So, and I haven't looked into it enough to figure out where I actually stand. But if he just, it sounds surface level, it sounds like it was an accident, an unfortunate accident, but should he be locked up for 110 years?
Yeah.
There are child molesters that get off with way less time.
Yeah, yeah. That's so sad. And he looked so, like I said, I don't know anything about it, but in the picture, he looked genuinely, like, sad. And I guess there's, like, quotes and stuff. What he said, I'm like, oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you hear about all those people that go to jail and they're innocent. And then they later end up finding out that they really were innocent. They get out of jail, and it's like, you just wasted all of their life.
You took it from them.
Yeah, because you made a mistake.
And how much of it is a mistake?
Well,
that's the dicey part. Is how much of it is a real mistake of them thinking they got the right guy versus them not wanting to try to actually find out who it was and just saying, we have enough evidence for this guy, so this is who it is. We're ending it there. That freaks me out.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of broken shit.
Oh yeah. Just move out of the country.
Yeah. I've been trying to convince my dad to get his citizenship for Mexico so that I can get mine, because I'd be cool going down to Mexico. Except they have some wild gun laws too. There's only like one gun store and it's in Mexico City if you want to get a gun.
They are crazy. It scares me. Just the thought of even going out there. That scares me.
Really?
Yeah. It scares me. Like, ugh. Even the thought of, like, I don't know. Because, like, if I'm ever able to, I'm like, I don't know that I even want to. That's so scary. Like, money runs everything. The cartel runs everything. Like, they see some whitewashed person, they instantly are gonna think, oh, you have money, let's kidnap you, let's rob you for everything you own.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be.
I think certain places.
Yes. If you're staying
where we're from, I think that's
I don't know if I would go walk around down there by myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got places like Baja or Camp. If you go to the tourist places, I think it's pretty safe. Outside of that, I don't know. I haven't been. Yeah. Like Puerto Vallarta is touristy and fun, and which is interesting. I wonder how much of that is actually Mexico. You know, I haven't been to Guadalajara or anywhere else where tourists aren't running rampant. You know. It's weird in the sense that their corruption's pretty open through the cartel, but we've got some shady shit with politicians.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't like to think of it in the same way.
Yeah. I think they're just more open about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it scary. But yeah.
We put up
There's
this
some
front.
shitty shit that's going on here. Yeah.
All that,
people just hide it.
The stocks, the Congress people buying stocks and selling them and doing all that with all the inside information they have, that gets uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Well, and all the information about, I don't know,
Everything.
Area 51. I want to know.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I have an open mind. I don't think you can just shut it out completely.
It would be crazy to think that in the infinite expanse of the universe that we're the only things out there.
Exactly.
That seems...
Yeah. There's got to be at least one other place.
At least. There's got to be something.
Yeah, that's freaky. I don't know. I've never... There was one time where I thought I saw it, but it could very well just be nothing. But in that moment, I was like, oh my God. I freaked out. I pulled out my phone and it was instantly gone. But
what happened? It's just something moving across the sky.
I was going to work. Yeah, I was going to work. No, I was going to the mall for something, and it was like super dark. And I was driving in the parking lot, and I saw like what looked like stadium lights, but they were like orange. And I was like, that's weird. That's never been there before. And I was like, where's that from? I thought it was like Big Five or something. I was like, no. And then I was like, it just kept like zigzagging, or I thought it did. I don't know. But the second I took my phone out, it was like gone. I was like, whoa, what was that? Like, where'd that come from? Like, did I just make that up in my head? I don't know.
I'm just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? When I was a kid, I was young. I was maybe in elementary school. I was with my dad, and we went over to this garage, and we're grabbing something, and I walked outside and was standing there waiting for him, and I was looking up at the sky, and I just remember seeing this light, like a star. It looked like a star, and it was just moving slowly, and I was thinking, oh, it's probably, the ISS. I had a cursory knowledge of what that was. And then it started zigzagging down, and then it went straight up, and then just shot away.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. I just remember standing there thinking, oh, that is kind of odd. And then I don't even think I told my dad. We just went on.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
But like, what is that?
Right? It's like, where does that come from?
Yeah.
I know it's not like a helicopter. I know it's not a plane.
I don't know anything that moves like that. It just starts zigzagging.
Not a drone.
And then just, yeah.
Like, at least not back in those days.
Yeah. I think, and with all the UFO stuff the Pentagon's been putting out recently.
I haven't seen anything.
Oh, yeah. They've released some pretty crazy videos of stuff. But it's, how do you know?
Yeah. I feel like when COVID was like first starting out, weren't they like throwing things out there like UFO stuff just so?
Yeah, they released a ton of footage of things. There's a famous video they called the Tic Tac, I think. That's a big one. There was a fighter pilot, Commander David Fravor, that spoke about it. He saw some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that the Pentagon's declassified or released. I'm not sure. And I want to say they released a statement, I don't know if it was last year or earlier this year, saying they've recovered crafts not of this earth. Like an official Pentagon statement they put out that said that. Kind of weird.
That's
I
weird.
don't know how to interpret that. I've heard people say that they're putting this out there to deflect from something else.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
That, because it was like right at the heat of COVID, and I was like, no, they're just trying to distract everyone from what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to microchip you and all this other crazy stuff, and so it's like,
There's so much crazy out there. How do you know what's actually happening?
That's why I'm like, that's why I try to stay away from like the internet and like social media and the news and stuff, because it's like, oh my God, what's actually real? It's like they're just feeding you with all these like lies almost.
And it's
I don't
easy
know.
to get sucked up into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to believe. That's one of the things I really want to believe in. That there's something else out
Aliens.
there.
I think so. You can't close your mind off to it. 'Cause it's like, that would be wild.
And it's so big. The idea that there's just nothing. That in all of that, something so big we can't even wrap our minds around it. And it's still getting bigger. And there's just there's nothing.
It's just infinitely getting bigger.
Yeah. It's all just empty
Like,
space.
what does that mean? Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. It makes you, like, look around and it's just like, this is nothing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Here we are just working 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
For what? Ants in a anthill.
Literally.
Just chipping away.
Yeah. A Matrix. We're in a little video game or something.
Probably. It's going to get to a point where we might be. With the metaverse, with everything else, it's going to get to a point where people are going to want to be in that world.
It's crazy. I do think that aliens are real, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
Do you think ghosts are real?
I think so. Maybe. I think so. I could see it.
I don't know how to feel about it. You hear all these things.
That's the thing. I know a lot of people that have said they've experienced some paranormal stuff.
Yeah. Well, even Dustin, he said that, I guess the place that they're living in now is, the old man died in there. And
He thinks it's haunted?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he said, I guess one night, and maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said that they heard the doors in their kitchen opening and closing, the cabinets.
Oh, yeah. I think I do remember him saying that.
But I can't remember if he said it was just a cat. But I
think
thought he said...
Yeah, I think he said that it...
Was the cat?
No, I think he didn't think it was a cat. That he said some fuckery was going on.
Yeah, because it sounded like all the dishes were, like, coming out and, like, breaking. And then when they went down there, they thought it was a cat, and there was nothing. I'm like, that's scary. My mom thinks that their house is haunted. I'm like, that's...
The one they're in right now?
Yeah.
Why?
She's like, I don't know. She says she hears things, and, like, there's just things. I'm like, nice.
I think it's plausible.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. But I just look at, like little kids and their imaginary friends. It's kind of sus.
Yeah.
Because they're so innocent. I feel like, if anything, ghosts would want to go
towards them. Because who's going to believe a little kid?
Yeah.
And the problem is so many people have ghost stories.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you make that up?
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
People do, but...
Yeah.
I could see it. I don't know. I go back and forth because I don't know. Who knows what happens after you die?
Death scares me.
Yeah. Does it?
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like the thought of it.
Does it scare you more because you think there's nothing or because you think there's something after death?
I think because I think there's nothing. I want to believe that there's something, but I feel like there's nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like the idea of reincarnation, but they say that, like, when you do, you don't remember your past life.
Oh, when you come back?
So, and it's all, like, based off of, like, karma. So if you were bad to somebody, like, mean to somebody in a wheelchair in this life, in your next life you're going to come back as somebody in your wheelchair. You're not going to know why. But, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Which is... I like that. But, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to get your head around the idea that there could be nothing.
It's just so final.
Yeah.
I
and so
like
sudden.
That. Yeah. And it's like one instance, that person's here, and the next day they're gone. It's so crazy. Yeah. It's just so final. Like, there's no coming back from it. I think that's what scares me, and I don't like it. I don't like the idea of, like, leaving anything behind. You know?
What scares me more than death is I'm not really that scared of death. I'm scared of things like dementia or Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
That scares me.
Yeah, that
The idea
yeah.
of living this life that you don't even remember anymore.
Mhm.
That freaks me out.
What is that? It's a disease where like you're paralyzed, but like your brain isn't.
The one that Stephen Hawking had.
Yes, I think so.
Like, I was gonna say RuPaul's disease, but I don't think
It's
that's
something
it.
like
I
that,
don't.
but that is what scares me. Because
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, could you imagine? You're
he's
just
just
like,
trapped in this shell.
yeah, that's sad.
Yeah,
I
that's not. Pull the plug on me. I don't want to. I don't want to.
yeah. And it's like that's so hard for like your family members. Like, could you imagine? Ugh.
I tell that to my family all the time. I say if I'm in a car accident or I get paralyzed, just take me out. I can't do
I
it.
say that to my parents, and they're
Yeah.
like, Marycarmen, don't say that.
Yeah, don't think like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't. And kudos to the people that do that and make it through, because that takes an insane amount of strength. I
Mm-hmm.
could not. I just couldn't. I would drive myself insane.
Yeah.
Especially if you were fully paralyzed. That would be.
You're just
If
like a
you're.
vegetable.
Yeah, if you lost
Mhm.
your legs or you lost a hand or an arm, you could get by. But if you're
Mhm.
fully paralyzed and somebody has to do everything for you, I
Everything for
could.
you.
Just the idea
Like-
of feeling like you're a burden, I couldn't live with
Like,
that.
yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Even just to pee and.
Somebody wipe your ass.
I don't like that. How do you do that?
I would feel so bad for them.
Oh my god.
I
And
couldn't.
you couldn't even say anything.
I couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't apologize. Hey, I had Taco Bell because you fed me it,
Yeah.
so this is gonna get ugly, and I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
Yeah, not. That freaks me out. I could live with dying. I could not live with. Well, obviously, I could live with dying because that.
Right.
Yeah, you're screwed. But being paralyzed or the dementia aspect, I just couldn't. Just could not.
It's hard for the people around you too, for people with dementia and Alzheimer's.
I think it's harder for them
Yeah.
because their hits, especially at that point where you just don't remember. I think the lead up would be harder on you because you recognize, oh, I'm forgetting things.
Mhm.
Forgetting who this is. I'm forgetting my kids.
Yeah.
And then after you hit that precipice, I think it would be harder on everyone around you because
Yeah.
your kids try to interact with you and you don't know who they are.
You have to
Your wife,
constantly
your
be-
husband. It
Yeah.
would just be bad.
Ugh.
My grandfather had dementia in the end, and it was dementia or Alzheimer's. I don't actually know what the difference is.
My grandma has, yeah.
It's hard.
It is. She she freaks out and she gets me. She gets mean. And she like will get mad because she'll like freak out because she thinks that they didn't feed her and whatnot. And they're like, no, like we just fed you. And she like will like start yelling and like being hurtful and just yeah. And I'm like, that's just hard because my aunt's like watching her and like taking care of her. And I'm like, that's so hard. I don't know what I would do. That's yeah. She just like freaks out and she'll like just tell anybody like I'm trapped here. Like they have me trapped. Like I don't know these people. And it's like that's so
man.
sad. I don't know that I could.
Yeah.
Just end me. Yeah. So sad.
Yeah.
And, like my uncle recently, well, not like recently, he passed away and nobody wanted to tell her. And so every so often, like,
Oh, she'd ask.
she asks, like, where is he? Like, is he coming over? I thought he was coming over. He told me he was coming over. And it's like,
That's hard.
yeah. I'm like, oh, it just like breaks my heart. Like, just seeing people like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, would you rather go through that? Would you rather have dementia or be paralyzed?
I think dementia.
Yeah.
Because
at least then you can still get around by yourself.
right. I mean, to a certain extent. Because, I mean, yeah. Paralyzed, you can't do anything. You can't talk. You can't do anything. Whereas dementia is like you were just living your life as far as you know. But.
Yeah, paralyzed, you're just... It would be interesting to talk to someone who has been paralyzed for,
Yeah.
a year or two and just see, like, what is going on? Because you're just trapped. It's like you're a mummy. You're trapped in a sarcophagus,
Yeah.
You get to see the outside world, but you don't get to actively participate in it.
I've heard that, like, when people have, like, severe, like, concussions or something. That's, like, kind of how they are. Or, like, they can hear you, but they can't do anything.
I've heard that about, like, comas, too.
Oh,
I think.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking
I was
concussion.
like, wait,
I was gonna say, I don't know.
different.
How hard are they getting hit?
That's,
As possible. Yeah, comas.
Comas.
Yeah. I don't know if this is true or not, but I have this memory of reading this article about this kid who was in a coma for a couple of years. And it was a super fucked up situation that he heard his mom say that she wished he was dead or wished he would just die already or something like that. Because coming from a good place, I think, where she was just sad seeing her son like this.
Right.
But imagine.
But that's hard.
Imagine being in that situation and hearing your parents say that. I wish you would
Man.
just die already. Fuck. That one. And then he got better. He came out of the coma and was good.
That's
not
sad.
a good spot.
No. Ugh.
Yeah.
But it's like...
What do you do?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, obviously, at least some people, it's like you don't want to see them suffer. So it might be selfish, but it's also selfish to keep them around.
And
it's more for
keep them suffering.
Yeah. Ugh. I see it all the time with, like, the pets at work.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm like, this pet is, like, dying.
Do you guys euthanize pets too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be rough.
A lot during this time of the year. A lot of them. It's so sad.
Why during this? Just because they're older?
Because of Christmas.
Oh, people just put down their pets just to put them down? That's a thing? You can do that?
I know that there's a few doctors that will refuse to do it. But, yeah.
There's
like, people, I mean,
Whoa.
they have, like, reasons, but, like, not to that extent. Like, but yeah, it gets bad during the holidays. Yeah.
Oh, that seems kind of gross.
Yeah. I'm like, and, like, a lot of the doctors just taking in the pets. They're like, this pet was going to get euthanized? No, it doesn't need to be. So they take them in.
Are they coming in with like a broken leg or a bad hip, and people are saying,
sometimes,
we just need to put them down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it if there's like
perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was like,
my
okay,
God,
this is not. Someone just drops off a 2-year-old dog. Yeah, I think we need to put down.
Yeah.
But put him down.
There was one, really sad, but he looked perfectly fine, and I think it was just like his little back legs weren't working. I'm like, just get him a little wheelchair. And the lady, it broke my heart. She was like, "Are we doing the right thing? Are we horrible people?" And I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna answer. I don't know.
How do you even respond to that?
I'll finish doing my thing. I'm like,
it's hard with pets because where you draw the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first surgery, yes, you're replacing the hip, you're replacing the leg, you're doing what you have to do, but then at what point are you just
people spend so much money?
And at what point is it too hard on the animal? We had this lab, Leo, great dog. And I mean, he just died of old age. He was, God, I think he was 15, 16 maybe. Old lab.
I think I like vaguely remember.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was around when everybody was coming over.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, he, couldn't control his bowels, couldn't get up, couldn't walk,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't see, couldn't hear. Just an old dog.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Luckily, we had him on meds, there for a while in the end to try to help with his pain and help him move and stuff. But, like, if you had to decide to put him down, like, what is that?
Yeah,
What do you
because it's
do?
like you don't want to do it too early because it's like, oh.
Yeah, and you don't want to do it
but
too
then
late.
it's like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, this pet is suffering. Just
Yeah, and you don't want to watch your dog. You don't want to watch your dog suffer.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard watching him. Just watching him because he couldn't get up. He couldn't walk. I mean, it just.
Yeah.
But you love him.
Yeah.
And you don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
And they don't live very long.
No, it's a thing. And like that's a long
Crazy.
time.
Crazy.
Like the bigger the breed gets, like the shorter
Yeah.
the lifespan. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. Like I never wanted to get pets because I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, when our dog passed, I was like heartbroken. I was like, how am I gonna survive? Oh, and then I was like, I'm never getting a pet, never again. And here we are with 2 pets, and I'm like, oh my God, just all these pets come into work, and I'm like,
yeah, you're gonna see the worst of it.
It's so sad. Yeah, we're all like sitting there like tearing up, but trying not to. We're keep it together. We're at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could not do that. I wouldn't make it.
Oh no, I had to like. There's been multiple times where I'll run to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God.
Keep it together. You can
Yeah,
do this.
I'm like, just stop. But, it's hard. Because they just like live to make you happy.
Yeah,
basically.
that's their whole life. You are their whole life.
Literally.
And they're a big part of yours, but they're not the only part.
Mm-hmm. And you are literally their whole life.
You're everything.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Yeah, and you only get them for a brief time. I mean, you get a dog for 10 years. You're happy.
Yeah.
And that's just a blip.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blip in your lifetime.
You get like a pet when you're like a baby. You're gonna grow.
You grow exactly.
And then by the time you're 10 years old, they're gonna be gone.
Yeah. You're still growing up, and they're reaching the end of the line.
Mm-hmm.
How long do cats live? Cats live for a while, right?
I think we're the same. I think it just depends on the breed too. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think 8, 9.
Okay.
10,
I was thinking
7.
like 20 years for some reason, but that sounds a little crazy.
20 years.
I was thinking for some reason I thought 20 years, but that seems a little outrageous. 20 seems a long time.
I don't know. I don't know about 20, but maybe like 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what the oldest cat I've seen that come in. I can't think of it, but
Not a long time.
no. And they're expensive. Oh my God. And just to keep them going, like, oh my God.
You can spend, when your pet gets up there, you can spend a lot of money trying to buy a few extra months.
$4,000. I saw some just drop $4,000 on one office visit. I'm like,
that's insane.
oh my God. I was like, how? I couldn't. I love my pets, but oh my God, that's crazy. But and we have people that literally like it's like their bill, like they every month they put like $1,000 in their account because they're gonna be coming that often. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money just to keep your pet going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because they're a member of your family, but $4,000 is a lot of money. And the weird thing is, you wouldn't say that with your kid. Like, if your kid needed, some hip surgery, $4,000,
sure.
swipe the credit card.
Yeah.
But for a pet, start, okay, $1,000. 2,000?
Yeah.
6,000? Where
Even
we?
like 200.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right?
oh, that's pushing it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're expensive. That's something nobody really talks about. Having a pet is expensive.
Mm-hmm. Even like vaccines. It's like that adds up.
I know I want to get a dog, but I don't know if I'm at the place where I can afford a dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing.
Yeah. I want a dog so bad too. Ugh. But yeah. They're very high maintenance too.
Yeah.
And I'm just not. That's the thing about I like about cats. They're just they don't care.
I can't do cats because of that. They're too chill for me.
I think it's also this a certain I don't know. It depends on the cat cuz Annie doesn't give a shit about us, but I mean she does. But the other cat that we have, I don't know if you've
I don't think I've seen
no.
the new one.
Well, he is so needy. If he's not around somebody all the time, he meows. He's like like a baby. I'm like
I could probably do a cat like that. I don't think if it's too indifferent, it's not. It's like having a roommate. I don't need that.
yeah. But I think a dog. I'm just too. I need my space.
See, I like the energy of a dog. Like, okay, what are we doing? Let's go
Yeah.
do something. Let's
Yeah.
just okay. You want to just hang out? Okay, I'm gonna be right next to you. Like that's the energy I can get behind. Cats are just a little too mellow for me. I'm a little too chaotic for that energy.
Yeah. I do like that dogs. They stick with you.
Yeah.
That's Like I want to go on walks with my little pet, but they don't care. We take them on walks and they're like doo doo doo.
Yeah.
Try and explore and leave us. I'm like, but
I know I want to get a dog to go on runs with. I was running a couple last week, and this lady had this dog. I was running down past the Armory, like right when you turn on like if you're going to Murphy's, so you just turn on that past the Armory.
Walnut is that?
Yes,
yeah.
Walnut.
Mm-hmm.
Could not think of the name. Thank you. Just rounded onto Walnut, and there are these two people. I don't know if it was two girls or a girl and a guy, but they both had dogs. And for some, I've never done this, but for some reason, I had this weird feeling about the group. So I ran into the middle of the street, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm running, and I passed them. And normally I say hi or something. I didn't say anything. I passed them, and all of a sudden, this lady starts screaming at her dog. And I had just enough time to turn and brace, and the dog was on me, slammed into me. And luckily I braced because it was probably every bit of 80 pounds. It was a pretty decent sized dog and just slammed into me.
Oh my god.
I stopped and just connected. Just hard as shit connected with me. I think it was gonna bite me, and it was surprised that I stopped. And so it slammed into me.
Did they say anything? Did you?
The person with this lady whose dog did that didn't say anything the whole time, didn't move. She they froze into the shadow, and I couldn't really, I didn't know what was happening. But the lady whose dog it was ran up, and her dog hit me and bounced off a few paces in front of me. And so she ran up and grabbed her dog and was trying to get a hold of the dog. And the dog seemed like it was confused too. And she's just saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe that he's never done this. Like, what? I can't believe what just happened. He's never done this." And then I'm standing there not moving until she gets control of the dog. She gets the dog and she turns to me and looks at me and is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I left. I was like, I'm not sticking around for this. I don't know what's going to happen with this dog.
Yeah.
So as soon as she got control of the dog, she turned and asked me if I was okay. And I said, "Yeah." And then I just took off running and ran straight home and went inside.
So
weird.
So she just yelled and just.
Yeah. If she wouldn't have yelled.
Oh, she was yelling, warning you?
No, she was yelling at the dog. When it happened, she started screaming at the dog, and I just turned because somebody's screaming in the middle of the night.
Right.
And then luckily that gave me enough warning to brace. But that dog was on me. Like if she had screamed a half a second later, that dog would have been on me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Freaky. Yeah. Scared the shit out of me. I was just like, what the
Dogs
fuck?
are-
What the fuck? But that's what happens if you have a dog that I don't think she trained that dog to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if she had him on a leash and he just jerked it out of her hand, or if she didn't have him on a leash. I didn't stick around to find out.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the fuck out of there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
Where I was
attack
going
my
with that
dog.
was that's why I want a dog to run with is a little protection. So
Yeah.
you have your back if shit hits the fan like that.
Yeah. As long as they're trained well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of dog. I think it was a pit bull mix because it kind of had that face.
Mm.
But I don't know.
Aw, pit bulls are so cute.
Yeah, they have such bad branding.
They really do. It's
Yeah.
really sad. But they're the sweetest. It's
That's
just
what everybody says.
They're so sweet. But
It's just because they're jacked.
yeah.
People get really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my friend has one. He is just like so full of energy and he's so sweet. He's just super playful. And we were walking down Old Town with him one day and there was a big group coming towards us and he was all like excited, like, oh, people. And they had like a little chihuahua and they're like, oh my God, get away from that dog. Get away from They were like saying all these crazy things about him. And I'm like, oh my God, like, chill out. Like, he's not gonna do anything to you. Like, he was just excited. Like, he was just like
Being a
wagging his
playful
tail.
dog.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, you need to control your dog. He's gonna do something, hurt someone. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, people just have all these assumptions about them.
It's because you have one dog that somebody didn't train well or didn't train at all.
Or train them to do
Yeah.
the wrong things.
Yeah. Or it bites somebody and it's just.
Yeah. My dog would be
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted like a little golden retriever. But
Golden retriever's cute.
but I don't. I'm like, where am I gonna get one? I do not support breeders. Yeah, they're.
If you buy a dog from a breeder, it's cha-ching.
Oh yeah, and I don't support breeders. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And like I will never buy a dog from a breeder. They're so mistreated. I don't like it. And yeah.
I'm worried that if I go into a pound though, I'm gonna try to save every dog.
Oh my God, it's terrible. When we went to go get Annie, I was like, I'm gonna go in, just get one cat. And I looked around. I'm not even kidding you. I started bawling because there was a little tiny dog like crying for me to pet him. And I'm like, I just wanted to take them all home.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to keep it together. It's so sad. I'm like,
you never leave there feeling good.
No. It's so sad. I'm like, I wish I could just take you all home. I wish I could.
I went to a shelter up in Oregon one time and just like hung out there for the day, and it was just not. It was not. I mean, it was cool, and I had a great time hanging out with. They had cats and dogs. And we got to hang out there and play with them, but leaving is just not.
Because you look in their little sad faces, they get all excited to see you, and
it's
then you
weird.
leave.
They know.
Yeah.
They
know.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. Like, how could you not? Like, you're in a little cage. Ugh.
That's not a way to live. It's like prison for dogs.
Yeah. And again, like around this time, the holidays, so many people are surrendering their pets because they're gonna get a new one.
Yeah. Get a little puppy.
And it's like, could you imagine being a dog or a cat or anything? Just like, like you're so confused that now you're in like this little tiny like cell alone and cold probably, and
especially if you're a dog that had a good family for like 5 years and then one day they just drop you off.
I'm like,
I wonder what they've gotta feel something.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely feel something, but I wonder what.
Even, like, because some of the doctors aren't, because of COVID, they aren't allowing the owners in the room. So we take the pets, like the dogs and the pets into the rooms by themselves with us. And just, they are so upset. It's like, some of them are like, whatever, like, do, but oh my God. It's hard when they just sit and cry at the door until their owner. And then, like, we take them out if they start, like, if they get really upset, we take them out. And, like, because we don't want that. And I'm like, oh my God. It's so sad. Like, I couldn't imagine just leaving my pet.
Do a lot of people go in when their animals are going to get euthanized?
Yeah.
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 I feel like you have to.
Most people want to be there for it. I feel like the whole time I've been there, there's only been like one or two that I just didn't want to. And I think one of them it wasn't even their pet. They were bringing it for somebody else.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I feel like I would actually still go in, even if it wasn't my pet, just to be with them.
Yeah. They're by themselves. Yeah.
God, I could not do that job. To be the one, especially to be the one to euthanize them, I could not. I could not do that.
It's hard. And then carrying the bodies.
Oh, somewhere. Yeah.
Oh,
nope. That's not for me.
I know. Like I said, I'm like trying to keep it together all the time. I've done it a few times because usually the technicians deal with all that. And they like put them away because a lot of people want them cremated. And so we like put them in a freezer and wait for somebody to come pick them up to take them. And you just gotta carry the body. And I'm like, oh my God. And I've done it a few times and I'm just like, this is so heartbreaking. Ugh. And we've had people come in with like their pets, like they run into the office like, oh my God, help me, like my pet is dying. And they just like pass away in your arms. Like, this is too much.
Yeah, travel in the country's starting to look better and better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yikes. Yeah. The problem is somebody's got to do the job, right? Like that. It's important. But that's hard. That is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially day in and day out. It's not like, oh, okay, we put down 3 dogs and then we're good. Gonna keep more
all day
keep
long.
Coming. Yeah. Day after day.
Every day. Yeah. It's sad. Yeah. Ugh. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Travel the country.
Yeah, right? Get a dog and just travel for as long as you can.
Ugh.
Yeah. I think having a dog, if you were gonna do that, would be cool too.
To
travel. Yeah, I've seen a few videos of people that like long haul truckers that have their dog with them. I don't know if I would do if you were a trucker and have a dog. Because then they're just trapped in that with you. But if you were traveling in a van and we're gonna go hike places and stuff.
Yeah.
I would do that. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I have seen that. And have their little puppies traveling around.
That'd be fun.
I just don't know that I could do it by myself.
It would be a little sketchy, especially for a girl. I feel like for anybody, it would be a little sketchy, especially
that and
especially with like get the whole Gabby Petite, like those cases that are just
that was so yeah. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I know they found both of them dead.
I think they found his body.
Yeah.
That was weird. It was all over the news, and then it just gone.
Yeah. I think there's like a show coming out on Hulu, or there is one or something. I don't know. But so sad. Like, also, how lame. You kill her and then kill yourself. There's no, like, closure.
For anybody.
Yeah. Like,
what a fucked up thing to do.
Right? It's like, I want to know why. Like, why?
Do you ever listen to like those true crime podcasts?
Oh God, no! I am so like my anxiety could never.
I go through these spurts. There's a really good one called Crime Junkies, and sometimes I'll listen to them and fall asleep to them. That's what I listen to when I fall asleep, which is kind of, I recognize how
and
weird
you're
that is, and
literally
it's kind of a
making fun of me
problem.
for
I
my
know.
ASMR?
I know. Yeah. I go through spurts. And for a few weeks, I did that for a while back at the start of COVID. I don't know why. I think I just like the sound. It's these two women who do it. I like the way they sound, I guess. They're very articulate. It's like a story.
Sometimes
Someone
like their
reading you a bedtime
voices are
story.
very soothing.
Yeah, maybe I would like the ASMR. Maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe that's part of
You
it.
gotta try it.
But I would fall asleep listening to these stories about these people just getting murdered. I don't know if this is good to do. It's good to be consuming.
Stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think this is okay. I go in and out.
Yeah. I watched a few episodes of Dateline.
Okay.
And oh my god, I look at everyone, I'm like, oh my god, you can kill me.
Can't trust you, yeah.
I don't like it. It makes me, and then I feel like I can't leave my house because I'm like,
you can get jaded.
Mm-hmm.
Because you start realizing there's a lot of fucked up shit. It happens out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Like I said, I just want to be.
I think that a certain level of that is important to actually enjoying life. I feel as though every time I dive a little too deep, I start getting a little shaky.
Yeah.
And you gotta reel yourself back in.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it's good to know about that because you should be safe and whatnot.
Be informed.
Yeah,
to some
about
extent.
all the things. Yeah, but then it's like, to a certain extent, it's like you're not gonna want to leave. You're not gonna want to do anything.
You can't trust anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like you hear about all these, like even just like online dating, like freaks me out.
It blows my mind that any woman on Tinder actually meets up with any guy.
Oh my god, like that freaks me out. I'm like, I don't know that I could ever do that. Cause that's, you hear so many horror stories. Like there was one where like he would take him up to his apartment and roll them out in a suitcase. He'd go down the elevator.
Like a serial killer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would go on dates with them and then he would bring them out in suitcases and just dispose of them. I'm like, ugh.
And how crazy is that you meet somebody at a bar and just go home with them? Just this total
right?
stranger.
Mm-mm.
Just hoping that nothing bad's gonna happen. Yeah, I'll go home with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your place or mine? All right, let's go.
I don't trust anybody.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
I think that's why I like kind of shut myself in. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't know. I feel like even when we go out, I'm like so like alert. I'm like, you're getting too close. Get away from me. I'm like, no, don't. You look at me a certain way. I'm like, no. Ugh, I can't.
See, I'm the opposite. Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah, cool. Let's go. Start talking to random people. Oh.
I'm like that to a certain extent. And I think with certain people. I'm not so much like that with guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they could kill you.
Oh, I mean, no, they're just, I don't know. I don't want to put myself in a situation where something bad can happen.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to dress any sort of way. And it's sad because it's like, you really should be able to do whatever you want to do. But these people like ruin it.
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah. It's like, even you wear a skirt and instantly people think that it's okay. I don't know. I don't like it.
And it's not even how you dress. I mean, you can dress like a homeless person and it could still happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not an open invitation for you to do nasty things. People are creeps.
That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of not good people out there.
Yeah. That's why I just don't think I could listen to those.
Probably a good call. Yeah, I don't think
especially
it's.
like
I don't think
with
it's healthy.
earbuds and it's like right.
And as you're going to sleep.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll set my little sleep timer on it. Okay, let's go.
Oh my god.
What are we listening to tonight? Yeah.
I would get nightmares. I would get nightmares.
Nope, I just Some of them you get into and then you stay up a little bit longer, and yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I recognized that was probably not good, so I had to stop for a little while. This is probably not healthy
I
to
feel
be
like it
consuming
starts.
this.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, you're like, oh my god, my mindset is so like,
Just toxic.
oh my god, I could kill somebody.
I feel that way more about consuming too much news than true crime podcasts. If I watch the news too much, I get jaded,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to. That really can mess me up. I've noticed. It's just consuming too much news,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all
Yeah.
that negativity and bullshit that comes with that.
Right. Yeah.
There's a weird degree of separation when you're listening to a podcast about somebody that got murdered, because it feels more finite, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that.
But it's still weird because there's hundreds of episodes of just people getting murdered.
Yeah.
And there's ones on like serial killers and just people that just went missing.
I watched like the Ted Bundy series, and that like just freaked me out. I was like, oh my god.
Did you see the movie with Zac Efron?
Yeah. Oh.
That's a weird one. Those serial killer ones are. I have to watch the Nightcrawler one. I heard that was pretty good.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's about that guy that was just killing people and staying in like the Cecil Hotel. Stayed there. Did you ever watch that documentary?
I did.
Yeah.
That was freaky. Yeah.
Weird shit.
I know. Oh my god. Oh, people like this stuff though. They love to hear about
Keep watching.
serial killer stuff.
Those crime podcasts are huge.
They are. Oh my god. Like I said, I would nightmares. I've ever had like a sleep paralysis. Oh, I can't. That freaked me out. Mm-mm. Does that happen to you often?
Yeah, it did more so back in high school. I'd have it a couple times a month. I can't. Is it night terrors?
Night terrors.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I
they're
think
called?
so.
Yeah, and you're half awake and half asleep.
Oh my god, yeah.
And mine would always be there'd be some demonic figure or something, and I
Yes.
would be trying to scream for help, and I couldn't, and I'm semi-awake and just yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. So freaky. It happened to me one time. It's like brought on by like stress or something.
I think it's stress. I think that's the
Yeah.
big one.
And oh my god, I was sleeping, and I remember like looking at, and I can't sleep with anything open. Any drawers, any doors, the closet doors, everything has to be shut. Perfect. Even if it's like a little bit, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, nope, no. And the one night I was like sleeping, and I don't know what was going on, but I was like, I opened my eyes, and I don't like opening my eyes at night either. I don't like the dark. It freaks me out. And I looked at the door, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And I saw there's just like a black figure, and he was wearing like a hat, like a top hat almost. Oh my god. And I was like, oh my god, he's getting closer, he's getting closer. And I was like going like this to try to wake Brayden up, and I was like trying to yell for help, and I was like, and I couldn't, and I was like trying to talk and nothing, and then I ended up waking myself up because I was moving so much, and I was like, what happened? And then like my brain like woke up, and my eyes were so closed, and I was like, oh my god, like 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. I freaked out. I was like, I can't sleep. I had to turn
It's
on all the
terrifying.
lights. Yeah.
Just not being able, especially because you're trying to move and trying to yell, and you just
And you
physically
feel like
can't.
you're moving, like you're trying to move, and you just can't
Like something's
move.
holding you,
Yeah.
like you're restrained in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's a trip.
I hate it. I don't think it took so much, and especially because like they say like 3 o'clock is like I think it's
The witching hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also was brought on because we watched oh my god, what is that movie? It's the alien movie, The Fourth Kind or something.
The fourth wave, the third wave, or something.
No, I don't know. It's some movie, but they were talking about the witching hour, and how at 3:30 this owl would always come to the window. And I think it also freaked me out because we always sleep with our window like that's the one we sleep with our window open and our blinds open and everything, and an owl would appear at the window, and then that's when the alien or whatever would come in, and it would show up like that, and I'm like, oh my god. And
It's like, yeah.
yeah, stressed me out, and I was like, oh my god, I can't watch those things ever again.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the sleep paralysis is not good.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I do kind of enjoy having nightmares, though. Yeah. I'm saying that and thinking, what the fuck does that even mean?
Why?
I don't know why. I do not like the sleep paralysis. I'm not a fan of that. But having nightmares every now and then, I don't like it in the sense that I want it to happen, but I appreciate it when it does. That probably doesn't make sense because I'm sitting here trying to figure out why. I think it's almost like just having a check on yourself. Like, okay, something's not going well. We need to address something because we're having nightmares. I don't know. Like a check engine, like clicking on, like, okay, pay attention to something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I mean.
Maybe it's because they're so vivid too. When you have a nightmare, you never realize, oh, this is not real. It's always something super vivid.
Yeah. 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 Because I mean, after I had that, I was like, okay, what is wrong? And I was like so stressed out. I don't even know what I was stressed out about, but I was like, I need to calm down before I go to bed. Yeah. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah,
I don't want this to happen ever again. Ugh.
Yeah, they scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of being so helpless is terrifying.
Yeah. I don't really have dreams a lot. I think I don't really sleep all that well. So I feel like I don't sleep deep enough for me to have dreams like that. But every once in a while, I'm like, okay, it's nice. But
I think they say it's in what part of the cycle that you wake up to. I think.
Because isn't it during REM?
That you have the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is like the best part of your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most restorative, right? To
REM
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that somewhere. That it's during which part that if you wake up like in deep sleep, you're not gonna remember your dreams, and if you wake up in REM, you have a better shot at remembering them, or you might have actually had them. I don't know. Sometimes you go to bed and it's like you black out and then you just wake up.
Yeah, that I like, but I'm not used to it, so it freaks me out when that happens.
The blackout?
Mm-hmm.
I like having dreams.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been lately, because like I said, I have such a hard time sleeping that I just like, I'll pop an edible and then I can pass out.
Hey!
But, oh my god, the dreams that I get from that are like
crazy.
Yeah. But that's when I'm like, oh my god, I feel great in the morning because I like slept. But yeah, that's when I'm like going down and I'm like, oh my god, like I feel like everything is, I just can't remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I like toss and turn all the time in the middle of my sleep. Like I'm constantly waking up. So I feel like that's why I'm like, I don't have
good
all the
sleep.
dreams. Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. Is that like a stress thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I've always been like that. So.
The edible probably helps just knock you out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people that will smoke a joint or pop an edible or microdose with something.
I tried taking melatonin and oh my god, I got nightmares from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I was like, nope.
Not for me.
Not doing this.
One and done.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. No. I'm just popping out.
Yeah.
Just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. And sleep is so important. Getting good sleep is so important.
I know it sucks because I'm not, like, I don't do it every night, but with the edible, but I'm like, every morning I wake up, I'm like, I'm so tired, and I hate feeling that way, because I'm like,
The whole day drags on.
yeah, I'm like, I need to have coffee, I need to do all these other crazy things. I don't know.
I had to stop myself. There was a period of time where I was doing those white monsters twice a day.
Oh my God.
For, I don't know, better part of a month. This
They're
shit
so
is
bad
not.
for you.
Yeah, those are just. It's just liquid poison.
Yeah.
Just liquid poison.
Coffee too.
Yeah, but at least
But
coffee
it's like,
is not killing you. I don't know how bad for you coffee actually is. It's definitely. I don't think it's
no.
Especially compared to an energy drink.
I just don't like feeling like I need something to keep myself going.
Some stimulant. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, energy drinks are terrible.
Yeah. I knocked that. I managed to quit that. I had one for the first time in a few months, a couple days ago. But it's just not good for you.
Mm-mm.
It's so bad.
Yeah. And after you like stop drinking them for a while and you drink one again, it's like, oh my God.
You really feel it.
Yeah.
You really feel it.
Yeah. And they're so like sugary.
I have to work on my caffeine intake too. I started this new pre-workout that's got 400 milligrams of caffeine,
my God.
which is ridiculous. And my tolerance is starting to kick in for that. This is not okay.
That's my thing. I'm trying to like limit myself because every time I go without coffee, and my head hurts, and
caffeine addiction is a real thing.
It is.
Those migraines are no joke.
And it's like you have to take in so much caffeine for you. Like 400. That's crazy.
A day. I take that at least 6 days a week. And I take it at 5 o'clock. And so I'm still wired by 10 when I'm trying to go to bed. So I'm up
like
till
at
midnight.
night you take that.
Yeah, because I go to the gym after work.
Oh.
So I take that at night and and of course, because it's, a good pre-workout, it's that time release so that you kind of feel it throughout your whole workout to keep you going, and you're just wired. It's just a ridiculous amount of caffeine for anybody.
Yeah. Oh my God, my heart would.
Yeah.
I'd probably have a heart
attack. If I don't, I shoot myself in the foot sometimes because I'll take it and then go to McKinleyville to work out because that gym up there is 24 hours.
Mm.
And if I don't time it right, I start shaking in the car. Like you have an expiration point. You better be working out by the time it really kicks in or you're fucked.
I hate that feeling. I don't like it. I don't like when my heart starts racing.
You feel like
and
it's going to explode?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I like a little jitter. Just shaking, just vibrating a little bit so that okay, fucking let's go.
Yeah.
But I've had days where I've taken it and then for whatever reason I couldn't go to the gym. Like, I had something else I had to do, and that's a bad day. Because then you're just wired and you're not exerting that energy.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh my God.
Or it's going to explode one of these days. That's what my parents say. They're like, you need to
you
watch
need to
out.
stop
Because
doing that.
you're going to just be walking one day and just, your heart's going to implode.
You need to stop.
Yeah, I gotta cut back. I already bought another one though.
Oh
so
my
God. I obviously have to finish
You
that.
might as well just be drinking the monsters.
Yeah. It's probably just as bad for you. I've done research on which is like a good brand to take, but not health-wise, just for working out.
Which one's going to get you the most energy?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to give you the best pump or
Oh
have you go for the longest amount of time. Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine I don't think they've done real studies on what the long-term effects of those are.
I don't think it's very good.
I can't imagine.
People like dry scooping.
I've never done that.
That's good. I watched this video of this lady and she was dry and she has asthma and she was dry scooping. I'm like, oh my God. I straight up thought she was going to die in the video. I was freaking out. Yeah. I had to stop watching it. I was like, no.
I can't watch somebody die.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Yeah. I never got the dry scooping thing.
I don't.
That was big for a minute. I think a lot of people still do it.
I think so too.
But I'm good. Stick with my 400 milligrams and just drink it slowly.
Sips.
Yeah. No.
Your heart's gonna
It is.
explode.
It is. I need to work on that. Yeah. Slowly.
I take 2 shots of espresso and I'm like, ah.
Just bouncing.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Because what, a regular cup of coffee is like 100? If that.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a lot. It's an unnecessary amount of caffeine.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess if it works.
Yeah, it works. Great workout in the cost of my longevity, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do? Trade-offs. It's all about trade-offs.
Okay. That's really okay.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna look into that after I finish this next one. Figure it out. Maybe do one that was not as much caffeine. I don't think you need that much caffeine.
Do you have any like natural stuff?
Short of cocaine, I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
I could be doing cocaine. That would probably be a pretty intense workout too. No, I don't know. There's got to be some natural stimulant,
I imagine. I don't know.
I wonder if you actually need caffeine, though.
I've heard that you
probably don't.
No.
You could probably get through a workout fine if your body adapted to it.
Yeah, I've heard that pre-workouts are actually pretty bad for you.
They definitely are.
And that they just you don't need them.
There is this alpha amino blend that I take that definitely has a tangible effect while you're working out, and that your muscles, you can push harder than you normally would be able to. Your muscles, if I don't take that, I can't lift as heavy for as long, and my muscles will start to cramp up sooner. So that one, I feel it's probably not healthier for you, but you feel something with that. But even salt tablets, I'll take salt tablets now. That's a huge help. Keeping your muscles hydrated and stuff. I don't think you need all that shit. Water and salt tablets, I think you'd be fine.
Should try it.
Before my heart explodes.
Oh.
All right. Well, we've done 4 hours.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
We've done
What time is it?
It is 1 o'clock. Oh. It's 1 in the morning. Oh my god. So you didn't want to go to karaoke, did you?
Oh, mama.
It is yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. This was a nice little intro for you. Now, when you come back on, you'll be better prepared and know what to expect. It's not bad, right? You're just talking.
Just talking.
Yeah, not crazy. Do you have anything you want to plug? Any stuff? Some people plug stuff. Some people don't.
No.
Okay.
Wait. What do you mean?
Plug, like, you plug your social media.
Oh.
Or
I don't.
Plug.
No, I don't really use my social media.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Marycarmen, that was so much fun. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do another one now that you're a pro at this. I mean, you just logged 4 hours for your first one.
Oh
so.
my god, of course. Yeah.
And I have to get the stuff set up for that 4th mic, and we can try to get everybody in here.
We'll have to do on the go.
And we got to do our skits.
Yes.
Now we put it out on the podcast, so it has to happen.
It has to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Mary.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, it was my pleasure. Thanks, guys.